Good afternoon from the Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. I'm Joe Hunk. We are waiting for that first injury report, or that injury report of the week. It'll be the first one for the Bengals where they were actually on the field and practicing. So we'll see what Joe Burrow did. But apparently Joe Burrow's got himself a new little friend who likes to live in the darkness. That would be Aaron Rodgers, because earlier today Aaron Rodgers says that he reached out to Joe Burrow to talk about their calf injuries, and Burrow's using him as a resource on how to get through the injury. Now, fantasy football-wise, just know if you got Jalen Waddle on your roster, you want to throw him in the starting lineup. He just passed concussion protocol, and he is good to go for that game against the Bills. Saquon Barkley is going to participate in practice today for the Giants, but he's just going to be doing individual drills, so keep him on your bench for right now. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Bruce Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City, right, Babsy?
No, it's not. It's raining. That's right. You can't tell me it's sunny when it's raining.
Look, man,
Raining on your head.
Listen, we've got all kinds of things going on in all of our lives, right? But your feet hit the ground today. It is a beautiful day.
I mean, when you put it like that, you're wrong.
Okay.
She's wearing green. Is that for money? You got something going on?
Oh, she must got a parsley.
No.
You got your own parsley coming up today?
Mine don't work the way sleighs do.
What does that mean?
Mine are wrong.
Mine wrong sometime, Babs.
So I don't do them.
Just got a message from our friend Jimmy Shapiro, who helps us out with Army-Navy broadcasts.
Jimmy Tom.
And also Super Bowl Radio Row guests.
Right.
Some of them.
Right.
Here's what he just texted. Are you guys going to be broadcasting live from Super Bowl Radio Row in Las Vegas this year? What should I answer?
Hails, yes.
What?
Have we cleared that through management?
Man, dude, it's sold.
Kirby said it has to be sold. Well, that is true.
Yeah, do the Bells still use the bathroom in the woods?
I don't know. Do they?
And use a little white bunny?
They're probably better than that than playing on the football field.
Okay.
The ones on the football field aren't good.
Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. What's that, 13 in a row the Bears have lost? Eberflus said that he's going to take over the play calling of the defense. So,
Well, that's good. I mean, he's going to get fired, so he better try and do something.
leave your mark.
Yeah.
Ron Slay is in the building.
I'm in the building. That's right. As if you late. Hunk was on it.
There may be a delay, though, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true, but hey, we ain't counting that in. Just late, you're late. You're late. Vol Nation! We almost there, baby. Almost at the blackout.
Day after tomorrow?
Almost there. Yeah, what?
What?
I heard that, Bentley.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Go Vols. You heard that out there. Little dogs out there, man.
Uh-oh, I heard a Go Gators.
Yeah, he don't mean no harm. He don't mean no harm.
Uh-oh.
He don't mean no harm.
Is that Justin?
Listen,
Yeah,
dog.
it is.
Listen. That's Justin.
Justin from Smyrna.
That's Justin from Smyrna. And on behalf of Justin from Smyrna, listen, the Gators, they get let out of their room. They sneak out their room every now and then. So he just happened to be snuck out his room. Don't pay him no mind. He don't mean no harm to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well-
yeah, he's out here, though. We got to give him his props.
We need to identify where here is. We are in Smyrna.
That's
that
right.
makes sense, right? Buffalo
right.
Wild Wings every Thursday. Today we're in Smyrna. Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. What up, y'all? We're going to talk a lot of Titans football, a lot of NFL, a lot of college football, a lot of things to get to today. But before we do that, we'll be here until 6 o'clock, by the way. Oh, and when you do come here, make sure that you get your name in the hat.
Put your name
No,
in
the
the
box.
box.
Oh, yeah, the box.
Yeah, who has a hat?
I seriously thought she's about to say hat. I thought she was
don't
going to
have a
roll
hat.
with it.
I don't know.
No,
Justin
that's-
has a hat. We can put it in Justin's hat.
Nothing want to be in that little
He's
hat.
got like the cute, smiling, happy little gator hat.
Yeah, man, get that little hat on out of here.
There are giveaway
it.
opportunities
Old school.
for you here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. So if you're already here, make sure that you get your name in the box, as Dawn said. We're giving away Titans tickets, Titans gear, $4.45. The Miller Lite Wash Away Toast with Ron Slay.
Yeah, buddy.
If you are in the bar area, you will get a free Miller Lite. and you will be able to participate in the Miller Lite Wash Away Toast.
That's right. Bentley, we'll get you some water. We'll get you a little cup of milk or something.
Billy's 9.
Yeah, Bentley is 9. Yeah, my bad.
I mean, that's just something.
But he is in the bar area. I just want to
he
clear
is.
that up for people.
That is definitely true. So that's all going on today. Coming up on the show, let's see, guest-wise, where are we?
Greg Cosell.
Greg Cosell and Big Savagery.
That's right.
Can we ask Greg Cosell about Justin Fields in addition to all the Titans
Yes,
stuff?
that's what I sent that to you guys yesterday. I sent you some stats on Fields, and I'm like, we have to ask Greg Cosell what he sees from him.
Yeah. Something ain't right, huh, Babsy?
Something's going on.
Big Savagery at 4 o'clock, Greg Cosell at 4:20, the Miller Lite Wash Away Toast at 4:45. Outside of that, we've got topics for you, and we'll take your phone calls. It is a rainy Thursday in the Music City. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, Joe Hunt, executive producer of 3HO.
Sup?
What are you doing, man? You're wearing a King Henry shirt?
I do, man. I love this King Henry shirt.
Did you know that his yards per carry average right now is 1.5 yards below his career average?
Do you know that he's playing with an offensive line that should be starting at a D3 school? Just asking.
That's a little dramatic.
No, huh? Dramatic?
I mean,
No.
just saying.
You kidding?
I mean,
You kidding right now?
you know, they did give up like 5 sacks last week, and Diller gave up 6 sacks total in the last 2 weeks, and that's right. Just saying.
All right.
We may try to get Ramon to come out of retirement just for a couple of weeks till Skaronski
Seriously.
and MPF get better.
I saw people clamoring for Taylor Lewan to come back. I'm like, he's about 100 pounds shy of what he used to be.
Taylor
that
Lewan
shit
is
is
trying to get Taylor Lewan to come back because
Yeah.
he's tweeting about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
he's just feeding into the.
that dude is skinny now.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in studio, what, a month and a half ago or so?
About 2-3 months.
Okay,
Feel like
there you go. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is in great shape. He is really skinny. He's not playing left tackle.
No.
Would be my guess. I don't know. Don't put anything past Taylor Lewan, though. You have you have a 3HL listening dignitary.
I mean, I guess we're going to call him that.
Justin Smyrna. Big Gator fan. You said you're 5'6". You walked up. I was like, I know exactly who this is. You got his Gator hat on. You look more like 5'7" to me, but that's okay.
Justin, what you got for the people?
Well, the license does say 5'7", but I'm probably more about 5'6". I just wanted to show Ron Slay. If I say I'm going to show up, I'm going to always show up.
You know, and I can respect that. I can respect that to the fullest.
I even said I was camping out last night.
You saw
I'm going to be here. I saved this lunch break for this time and this time only.
And guess what? And I respect that to the fullest because you were one of the only Gators outside of Gator Mike to step up, you know what I'm saying, and trash talk and come with it, and then, hey, you get your flowers, man. So I appreciate that, Justin.
Hey, I appreciate it. You are my favorite of all, though, Ron Slay.
I respect
if
that,
I
my
liked
man.
any, you would be the one.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's only right.
On this latest episode of Unsolved Mystery, I'm starting to find out where all these Vol fans have been hiding at. They've been hiding in the bushes until this last victory.
It was time to come back out.
It was time to come back out of hiding. And I will say this, we will beat the Wild Kitty Cats by 10.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, okay, so the last person that jumped on the air with us and said that was a guy named TC, and he said that y'all were going to beat Charlotte by 33 when the spread was 28, and that didn't go as well, but
No.
you Florida by 10 in Lexington?
By 10, no extra.
I like it. I'm riding with y'all. I took the 2.5, though. Wait.
Here's the thing. If Florida runs the ball, they're going to win against Kentucky. And Vanderbilt ran the ball against Kentucky.
Yep.
All right? Kentucky's offensive line isn't good again. Second year in a row.
This is supposed to be a returning offensive line and be better.
Yeah, Stoops had a run of great offensive lines, but
Well, yeah, they were there for like 6 years.
Yes, yep.
So
Justin,
they
man.
just
Thank you,
and
Justin.
they also had John Schlarman,
Yeah.
rest in peace, who was their offensive line coach, who could get the best out of those guys, like no other. And obviously he passed away, and they had to find another coach. But I think they certainly do miss him and what he brought.
Kentucky quarterback Devin Leary, 5 interceptions, less than 60% completion percentage against a very weak schedule. That's another thing. The thought is that he might be banged up and not telling anybody.
Leary?
But, yeah. Running back Ray Davis, number 4 in the SEC in rushing, though, for Kentucky, so pile on with him. Florida defense, Austin Armstrong, the defensive coordinator. Everybody talking about him. Number 5 total defense in the country. Should be able to get to the immobile Devin Leary, in my opinion. So we'll see. Some stats from the Bet the Board guys since we're on this game. Kentucky is trying to beat Florida for the third time since Bear Bryant coached in Lexington. Third time in a row for the first time since Bear Bryant coached in Lexington. Kentucky 4-0 for the third straight year. That is the first time the Cats have done that since 1909 to 1911.
Wow.
Kentucky has lost 4 of the last 5 SEC games at home. Florida has lost 8 of its last 9 road games. So something's got to give there. Point spread down to 1. Basically a pick 'em here, Florida and Kentucky. Who do you think wins?
Listen, I was going Kentucky leading into this. Golly, listening to Todd Father yesterday from Bet the Board podcast, I leaned more towards Florida for the simple fact I saw that line kept on dropping too. I didn't know what that was about, but I made my parlay yesterday, and glad I did because my bank card has been fraud detected.
Oh.
So I can't. I got to go get a new card, man. So I can't make no part. I got using what's in my account to make my.
Wait, so that's not like a setup for a joke? Like it's really been.
No, that's yeah.
Okay,
like,
I thought he was about to say fraud detection. Like, oh, I bet on this team and
No,
they're
like-
frauds.
That's
took
what
it
I
back.
thought for a second.
no, like I need a
no.
new card.
Oh.
Like,
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you set this up for a joke.
I just thought I'd share that with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I'm glad I got my bet in already because I did get to get Florida at plus 2.5, and that I don't think we'll see that number again. So I'm rolling with that. I think Florida's gonna go up there and beat them 2 years in a row. Is it 2 years or 3 years in a row? Kentucky's beat them 2.
Yeah, they're looking for their
Looking for the third. Yeah, I thought I heard you say that.
Yeah, first time for 3 in a row since Bear Bryant was coach there.
Yeah,
is what they're looking
yeah.
for.
So this ought to be, and Mertz, as bad as he is being put in good positions by his skill guys being able to get the ball out. So everybody that's bad as a quarterback is able to get the ball out quick. Not bad as a quarterback. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that. Everybody that has deficiencies as a quarterback, and you need to play to their strengths, you don't want them holding the ball, gets the ball out quick. When you look at the Titans, when you look at Deshaun Watson was able to keep plays alive. But why can't we, as the Titans, get the ball out quick? What's wrong with that? I know it's a whole shift when we're talking about Kentucky and Florida, but why can that not happen? Why can Tim Kelly not get that done? When we got weapons.
That is a great question. Let's dive into that in a little bit. You're right about what's his name in Florida? I already forgot. Not forgot, but I can't.
Mertz,
yeah. Mm-hmm. So Mertz leads the SEC in completion percentage.
Yeah.
And he's last in yards traveled through the air.
right?
Air yards.
Air yards.
Yards.
Yards traveled through the air.
There you go.
A sideline reporter down Davenport.
That is true. All right, when we come back, we'll investigate your little question there about why can't you get the ball out? Also, how important is this game for the Titans? How different is 2-2 compared with 1-3? Sometimes one game means a little more in terms of direction of where you're going. Mm-hmm. It's not a divisional game. It is an AFC game. But 1-3, that's tough.
Very different than 2
It
and
is
2.
totally different.
The next 5 teams they play are all 2-1, and 4 of the next 6 are on the road. We'll talk about that next as we broadcast live in Smyrna at Buffalo Wild Wings. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slade. Joe Hunk is here. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? When it's time to put a little bit more life back in your life, how you gonna do it, man? If it comes to weight loss, then you need to dive into this right here. Awaken 180. I did the same thing, man. I was looking at got on that scale, man, and I tried to blame it on COVID, but it was just I like to eat a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like to eat good food too, sugary foods. So I got on Awaken 180, man, and changed that whole little lifestyle up. Yeah, 302 sitting on the meter. Yeah, had to break that on down. Lost 45 pounds and kept it off. And right now I'm in the maintenance part of this program, checking in with my coach like once a month now, so we can still make tweaks and stay on top of where my visceral level is and all of that, weight loss. There's a whole lot that you might not understand how your body's working, but they will help you. Get your consultation right now, 844-386-5885. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Dive into that, man. Don't use excuses. You receive free support for life, so it makes it only simple. 844-346-1800, awaken180weightloss.com.
I want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry. You need a jeweler in your life. You have gifting responsibilities throughout the course of the year, and you need a jeweler that can help you out because, let's be honest, you all procrastinate, and you need a place where you can go and just walk in. They know you, you know them, and they will be able to help you out quickly and seamlessly, and that is what's going to happen at Brentwood Jewelry. My friends, the Amamali family, are there ready to help you. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. BrentwoodJewelry.com is the website. I love watches. I've bought multiple watches from them, lots of them, and I love going in there to visit with the Amamali family, but also to check out the new watch lines that they have from time to time. If you haven't heard, Nashville's premier timepiece dealer, Brentwood Jewelry. Not only do they have the best selection of watches, but they also are the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes, both vintage and current models. You can own a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost. Every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance and is presented with a 2-year warranty. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. BrentwoodJewelry.com. 3HL 104.5, the Zone Parade Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, broadcasting live from Smyrna, Buffalo
dog?
Wild Wings. That's where we are. Hey, tomorrow we'll be at Scoreboard, the OG location, Music Valley Drive at Aubreyland.
Back out there, the original. Sissy Tenders, for sure.
Sissy Tenders is what Slay tries to get.
Babsy always misses it.
Because he doesn't want to.
You don't want
He
the
can't
heat.
handle the heat.
What? Hey, if you
Well, I
can't-
don't go in the kitchen.
If you can't handle the heat,
Guess what? Don't go in the kitchen.
that's
But
not where
that's why I cause a lot of commotion outside the kitchen. It's just as fun in there, and it ain't hot.
Broadcasting live again from Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. We do have giveaways. Titans tickets coming up. That's at the end of the show, so you have plenty of time to get here.
We're giving away like a Skoronsky signed mini helmet and something else.
I was just pulling up the.
And we have
email
a
from
Titans
Rich.
pullovers that we're
Titans
going to be giving
pullover,
away
okay.
here in about 25 minutes, and the Skoronsky Titans mini helmet is going to be at 4:45.
Okay.
He's going to be a dude in this league.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He can't get back fast enough.
I think he's going to be a left tackle in this league. But, you know, that's just me.
I mean,
You've been
Babsy?
saying that. They certainly don't have one.
No, they do not.
No, they don't.
It's turnstile time again.
I sure will lean to your side on that for sure, Babsy. Because
Wait, can I ask this?
okay, here we go.
Is this going to be a repeat of Dennis Daly last year where no change was made? And we sat here week after week and said, there is no way there is not a better option on the roster or out there somewhere. There's no way. Right now, that's what Dillard is looking like. Is there not a better option?
Babsy,
I know Skoronsky's not one right now.
it's no way possible we can make it through another season of what we experienced last year. For the quarterback's sake, for one, and for Derrick Henry's sake, for two. He pounded the rock last year.
And for
got
this
15
Titans fan base,
Yeah,
3.
Like, no, they'll be out. They'll be out immediately. At least the players, they'll have to try to fight through. But it's like Derrick Henry, like, he's getting hit in the backfield every single play.
I thought
Like
that he sounded defeated in some of the clips out there from his availability today.
Wow. See, I didn't listen to him because I wanted to hear him on here, so I need to hear that. I need to hear that. If it's deflection in his voice, any detection of in his voice of quit.
I mean, I
Not
wouldn't
quit, not
say
quit,
that.
not quit. I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
Defeated
Yeah.
though, like, but we heard it in Ryan Tannehill.
You heard it, same thing.
I have to go
I
out
hope
there
they
and
block.
believe they will make it happen. That is what
Like,
Ryan
that's-
Tannehill.
That's tough, man.
That's what Ryan Tannehill said about the offensive line. I have to go out there and believe that they will make it happen.
But you also got to believe that you're in this spot for a reason as well, because your guys that you drafted in those spots were, in a sense, outside of ratings, a bust. Leading up to this year, not this year right here, but the
No,
past,
you're right. That's why
past
you're in
draft
the.
picks.
That's
Exactly.
why you're in the position that you're in.
There's
now,
no ifs, ands, or
anyway.
buts. It finally caught up with you.
Well, and I mean, in ratings, I don't
Yeah.
know,
Where
right?
he ain't.
He is what he is.
That's it. Great way to explain it. Like, he's not your starter, but he is a great swing guy. Give you depth.
Can he play left tackle? He
Well,
says
I mean,
he can.
Listen,
He did.
I
In San
understand
Fran.
that, they've had to deal with Bosa and then Myles Garrett and then Hendrickson this week. But you've given up 3 sacks in each of the last 2 games. That is a big, big problem. And it goes
Ryan
beyond.
Tannehill's been sacked 13 times
It goes beyond
already.
It goes beyond the 3 sacks. It's also like you're enabling your quarterback to be back there just seeing ghosts, like pressure when there's not pressure because like he knows it's coming. 13 times.
Ugh.
That's ugly. That's ugly, man. He can't make it like that. You want yips, you're going to get a little bit more than yips. You're going to get burps, yips, clips,
All of it.
flips, all of it.
Dips.
The bloops.
Like,
There are a lot of sips going on here at Buffalo Wild Wings. I see a lot of tall boys is what I see. Pilsner glasses. 20-ounce Pilsner glasses.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
I see a little kid at the bar.
And it's,
In his Vols hat.
I was going to say, yeah.
That's what the Titans are doing to people. We got kids at the bar.
You're scaring him. He just left the bar.
Yeah, he just walked away.
Shot out of here. That's little John Third.
I see
John the Third.
Kirby with the golden tee.
Rocking and rolling.
Are you shooting well? 10 under, okay. All right. So, again, let's go back to my question.
Okay.
Because every game is not created equally. And I'm not saying it's a must-win or anything like that. You're early in the season and all these. But, like,
And there's 17 games now.
there's 17
You gotta
games
remember
now.
that.
Forever, coaches would compartmentalize the season into 4-game clips, right? Like, I think they still do that, even though there's an extra game. So you want to get through there at no worse 2-2, right? When you start the season, you're hoping for 3-1 or 4-0. Who knows? You don't want to be 1-3. Now, you do reside in a division where you can last a little bit longer, perhaps.
Well,
with
and
that.
here's the beauty of what's going on right now. As much of a debacle as you are, you haven't seen anybody in the AFC South yet. And at the end of the day, what do we always say? Your easiest road to the postseason is to win the division and rock on. And that goal and all of that is still intact.
Yep.
It hasn't been touched by
Absolutely.
this dismal offensive line yet.
Absolutely. And I think in that division there's going to be some more teams to end up falling because the surprise dark horse who's battling is Houston. Like, and we thought that was going to be a Shiano show.
God, and aren't you if you're a Titans fan, aren't you just completely annoyed by the fact that it looks like they have a franchise quarterback?
That fast.
I know
that
it's still.
fast.
I know it's early, but
It is.
He has shown.
But he looks
things-
like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Well-
last game, he showed things
Okay.
that he could actually see the field,
Yes.
whereas we thought that he could not.
One read and go.
Who's the star, though? Is it C.J. Stroud or is it D'Amico Ryans?
Oh, it's eventually always going to be the player. It's going to be C.J. Stroud.
I know, but, like, have the Texans found a coach?
Oh, yeah.
Because they've been looking for a minute, you know? So, like, that part of
Yeah.
it might get lost in the rookie quarterback storyline.
And guess what? Guess what D'Amico's saying? Yes.
Yeah.
I put all that light on him.
Right, because his
fine.
career as a head coach,
It rides right on his coattails.
it's C.J.
Yes.
Stroud.
Yes, make it be him. Where D'Amico don't have to have the pressure of, oh, man, we got to scramble and have a rotating door at quarterback. No, we got us one. Just figure it out with your OC and him. Yeah.
Yo, seeing them. 2-2 compared with 3-1. I know it's one game, but that is a drastic difference.
I think it's a
Huge.
drastic difference.
I mean, Cincinnati's in the same boat.
You know that if coaches were listening to this right now, they would be rolling their eyes at how ridiculous our conversation is because this is a 17-game season.
I understand that part of it, but I also think you have to factor in what they just looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that is a factor. You
Yeah.
can't just wash that away. At least not until
I
4:45.
was going to say, yes, you can. There's a possibility. But guess what, though? I think it's a problem, but it's not the sky's falling. I just think for optics, it's going to be hard. Like, you still want to have your fans in the building. You still want to have people pushing with you. Still want to have a confident locker room. You don't want to have to play up to, hey, man, we still got the division. Because if you start putting all your eggs in that basket, then it's like, oh, man, one loss in there is, whoa, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So, yes, it's a problem if you get to that 1-3, but y'all think they'll be there?
I think, as I sit here on Thursday, I think Cincinnati wins. That's where I am. But here's the other thing about the 1-3. You want to know the schedule? Next 6 games?
Yep.
The next 5 are against teams that are already 2-1 and above 500. The next 5. 4 of the 6 are on the road. So if you go to Indy at 1-3, so you play at Indy next, Baltimore, Atlanta, who's also 2-1,
After a bye.
at Pittsburgh, at Tampa,
I think Tampa might have ran his course too. But
and
go
at
ahead.
Jacksonville. Is one of those games the London game, though?
Yeah, on the Ravens. And then it's a bye after
The
the
Ravens, that's
game.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Ravens in London actually probably helps.
Yeah. Instead of being up there.
with all those crazy
yeah,
fans.
Yeah,
It's
let
different
Lamar
to get away.
Jackson just sit on that airplane and let those legs lock up a little bit,
Yep.
you know?
Need it. Guess what, though?
Delay that flight pattern a little bit.
We said this before knowing any of the records anyway, before the season started. Like, this first 6 games coming in through going to the bye was going to be a gauntlet. And it was almost a blessing in disguise you had on the back half of your schedule, the AFC South. Because we talked about
Right.
the O-line needing the jail, Tannehill needing to get his guys, and then Kyle Phillips go down. Like, you still don't have a full court. And what do you get with Tim Kelly? You know what I'm saying? So all of these things were in question, but we said going into it also, if you can come out of this 3-3, you got something. You got some. You end up getting NPF back. Not saying he's the savior. We didn't expect Skoronski to go down. I don't think it would have been as difficult with Skoronski out there either. I think seeing someone on the side of him, you almost don't have an opportunity to say, hey, okay, Dillard, come on out of there. And move him, you know what I'm saying, and say, Raiders, let's try you there. You know, where
you don't
got
have that
you only got that
option right
option.
now
You know what I'm saying?
without
So that puts your back against the wall. But so I still do think it's promising. But for the optics of it, that's a tough pill to swallow.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on X.
I was going to say, don't say it. No.
I mean, that's what it is.
No,
It's still the
no,
Twitter.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Come on, yo, that's X-Men and Terminator and Terminator X.
And Tyreek Hill's next career choice.
That's you and Hunt,
rated
man.
X. So we're not forgetting that Joe Burrow has a calf injury and is coming off a short work week.
That's right.
Yes.
I mean, I think that plays in more than anybody is talking about. And I understand that these guys are professionals and this is what they do. But if you talk to NFL guys, they will tell you how hard it is to play such a physical game and come back off of just, 6 days of rest with your schedule all wonky and whatever else. And then on top of it, your quarterback, your guy, is dealing with a calf injury that clearly makes him less than what he normally is. Mm-hmm. You've seen it. The stats tell you that.
Right.
And so I think maybe we're forgetting about that. I know that this offensive line is bad. I know this defense has struggled, especially in the secondary. But you have a quarterback that is not 100%, and there's no way that he's going to be coming off that performance on a Monday night where he threw 49 balls and is going to be 100% coming against the Titans.
And that is
I think that's going to play.
That's a huge factor in this game, for sure. So the idea there is Joe Burrow averaged, 2.3 seconds getting the ball out. So it's all short throws.
Yes.
And
Hands up.
That's what's going to happen,
That's
right? Like
Keep the paws up.
So my guess is the Titans won't blitz, and the Titans are good enough to get pressure without blitzing. Yeah. So I think that actually plays into their hands a little bit. And what did Coach Mack say? Spot tackle.
Yeah.
When he releases that ball on those little slant routes or those bubble screens or those screen passes, boom, take him down.
So call me fool, but that's why I picked the Titans. That's why I picked the Titans, bet on the Titans.
Coming off the short work week with Joe injured.
And then what you sent to the group we didn't get to play earlier this week with A-Rod talking about compensating for injuries and you not even knowing, and this feels like Cincinnati's pushing them out there too quickly. Savage said it on his show. I just think, man, you're asking for something that you're not really ready for. And as an athlete, we all know, you got an injury, you coming back from it, you have a solid game, you start to build confidence, and you forget that you were injured as well. You don't protect it the same way. You start thinking you can do different things. So that little rollout, and you think you can get away with somebody chasing, like Landry or Arden Key, things could be different. Things could be different. Very, very quickly, too. So I honestly got the Titans, and I got the under.
615-737-1045.
Whatever it is.
At 3HL1045. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Tim in Portland. Tim, first up today on 3HL. What's up, Tim?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Good.
My question is today is, let's think long term, change it up a little bit. If the general manager for the Jets called Cosell out there today and wanted to trade for Tannehill, what do you think we could get for him if we had an opportunity to just fleece the Jets? Knowing that the longer the season goes, the less we can get for him on this expiring contract.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy situation, Tim, in that there are two talented quarterbacks with expiring contracts that could literally be a rental player like you see in the NBA and in Major League Baseball sometimes, where
it doesn't happen very often.
Doesn't happen very often, but there's definitely a buyer, and that's the New York Jets. Now, if the Jets are so far behind, then they don't do it, right? But, like, if they can find a way to win a couple of games, by the way, New York Jets at Kansas City Chiefs this weekend, Taylor Swift says she plans to be there.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Swifties take New York.
Here comes your Instagram and X, Twitter, whatever. It's going to be just
all week long
vomited
It's gonna
Right.
overshadow
Covered by Taylor Swift, Travis
New York
Kelce
media?
vomit.
It looks like the Jets are going to be too bad to go down that road, but this is a path that we've talked about, and like the national media has talked about. Kirk Cousins and Ryan Tannehill being those two guys. I don't know. There's a piece written by Bill Barnwell that Slay found that we will talk about in the 5 o'clock hour where he ranks like the top whatever most likely quarterbacks to be benched in the NFL, and Tannehill is relatively high on that list.
Well, but Tannehill is high on that list because you drafted quarterbacks the last 2 years as a franchise. So
That too.
I mean, you take away even what's going on the field, and that makes sense because you have to figure out your future.
Yep. I just
Definitely
Figure it
true.
out.
if you're the Jets, would you look down this way?
No.
I don't
I
know,
would
but
not- I wouldn't either.
the thought was if they were close to 500 or something like that, then maybe they rent a quarterback knowing that Aaron Rodgers is coming back next year, and they just move on from whoever they bring
I still
in.
wouldn't look at
I wouldn't
Tannehill.
either. I'm
I'm
just-
saying look at Tannehill. I
Yeah,
wouldn't look at Tannehill.
I wouldn't either. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, it is an option.
No, yeah,
So
without
the
question.
caller asked, what would that be worth?
Right.
I have no idea on that one.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing.
Not much.
No, yeah,
Not much.
That's a lot.
Plus, can they take on his contract? I mean, I know we're a healthy portion. When's the trade deadline? Like week 7? I don't remember.
Man, a pack of
that contract's
pickles and
pretty
Kool-Aid.
big.
That's what
It's
you
over
can go
20
get.
million.
But
Yeah.
Boston baked beans. Remember that's what we was trying to get
Pickles
on?
and Kool-Aid?
Yeah, I'd trade them up. Behind this O-line. You're not gonna your franchise leading could be running back ain't even getting 2 steps without getting touched.
No, and we're going to talk about that when
Like-
we come back. What is the Titans' offensive identity? Derrick Henry averaging just 3.2 yards per carry. Tyjae Spears has had more snaps than Henry in 2 of the 3 games. What's going on at the running back position? And we'll go from there. 615-737-1045. Also coming up, Babsy.
Injury report
Injury
is
report
out.
is out. We've got that for you next. 3HL broadcasting live in Smyrna at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is 1045 The Zone.
Something to experience if you haven't is Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. If you want to see some beautiful windows, you can check out the windows in my house on my Instagram because we did a reel with Pella Windows at Dawn Davenport TN. You can go there and check it out. But I needed replacement windows. I needed replacement windows and doors in my townhome that I own and rent out as well. And Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville was phenomenal to work with. Affordable, the quality of their product, amazing. And then when they came to install, so careful. They had a full-on team ready to get it done. And it was just such a great experience. You need new windows, you need new doors, you need to call Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Right now, $250 instant rebate per qualifying window, $500 instant rebate per qualifying door, equal payment 0% for 24 months. Those are the deals they have going on. The sale ends September 30th. Reach out to them, tell them Dawn sent you. PellaNashville.com.
What's happening, man? This is Ron Slay. And for all my listeners who are struggling with hair loss, well, I'm sure you tried lotions, pills, creams, potions, a little bit of everything. That's like a witch's brew. But with so many options and doctors out there, who are you going to trust? What's really going to grow your hair back? The Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair is an incredible breakthrough. Receding hairline, thinning hair, bald spots. Advanced Hair offers a simple, quick, one-day treatment that begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And get this, Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow. It works for men and women across all ages. And there's no one in hair restoration I recommend more. For your free consultation, call 629-348-HAIR. If you move forward, you will also receive $500 off. 629-348-HAIR, redefine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. Don't forget to ask about that guarantee. Make sure to view the incredible before and after pictures at advancedhair.com. That is advancedhair.com.
40 years ago, we opened our doors with one mission in mind.
We'll be right back with the top 10 songs of 1983.
To sell quality American-made vehicles at a fair price.
You have arrived.
And we've loved every minute of the ride. Celebrating 40 years of Two Rivers Ford.
For HL 1045 The Zone, you got that. Well, first, let me do this. We are in Smyrna at Buffalo Wild Wings. Tomorrow, we will be at Scoreboard, Music Valley Drive, the OG spot over at Opryland. So be there 3 to 6. We have the updated injury report for today.
We do. First of all, if you're looking at the Bengals, Joe Burrow, another listed full participation today. Of course, yesterday was a walkthrough since they played on Monday, but full participation today. They only have 3 other guys on that list. Charlie Jones, wide receiver, thumb, did not go, and tight end Irv Smith with a hamstring did not practice. Akeem Davis Gaither, a knee limited at practice today. Titans injury report much longer. Rest days for Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, and Danico Autry. Derrick didn't practice, and DeAndre and Danico limited. That's not a surprise. Josh Wiley, tight end illness, back to full today. And then we have full participation for Harold Landry with a hamstring. That's good news.
That is good news.
Traylon Burks did not practice. Limited yesterday, didn't practice today with a knee injury. Tierra Tart didn't go yesterday, but limited today. And then Peter Skoronski, Elijah Molden, Luke Gifford did not practice.
What's your take on Traylon Burks? You think they're just being careful with that because he's not quite over the knee thing?
Yeah, I would think so. To this point now, if this was year one, I would think something different. But with them knowing him and him being in the off season and getting his body right the way it is, I think it's taking a precaution.
Yeah, but I feel like he needs the practice.
Yeah, but okay, so this is the only thing with that. I feel if he was limited, then he's out there doing, running routes and stuff of that nature.
Right.
I don't know how much practice you get with this offensive line in the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't thud and be like, hey, y'all.
Well, there's some balls he
No,
should have caught.
That's Jugs machine. Get on that Jugs machine, get some work done. You
That's
know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
yeah,
without question. Yeah, heck yeah, go do that. Now I see, but guess what, Babs? I always count that as that's what you're supposed to be doing
anyway, whether you practice or not. Okay,
yeah,
I gotcha.
That's the only reason I say that. Yeah, well, I'm talking about out there participating with the corner jamming, you coming off the line of scrimmage and stuff. Let's keep them away from that. But hell yeah. Catch that Jugs machine, all kind of different angles.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, in the rain and everything.
615-737-1045. Hunk, are you going to give away something this hour or is that next hour?
Oh, no, I'm ready to go.
Do it.
All right.
You want to do it now?
Yes.
She has spoken,
yes,
so we are going to give it away right now. We are going to be giving away a Titans pullover, and the winner for this hour is Vince Hampton. Vince Hampton just won a Titans pullover.
What up, Vince Hampton? Where you at? Behind the preposition.
If you're here, see the man that's slowly bopping his way back to the front door.
Yeah, Bop is he's ready for the rain.
He is. Raincoat, Bop ready to roll. Yeah.
All right, so that's the Titans pullover. Coming up an hour from now, autograph Peter Skoronski Titans mini helmet. And then 2 hours from now, Titans Bengals tickets giving away.
Do they get access to the VIP Titans tailgate experience?
It is not written in my copy.
That is interesting.
But how do people go about doing that, Slay Dog?
Oh, they go to Bullseye Event Group. You can hit them on social media or bullseyeeventgroup.com or just call the station. I'm sure somebody can point you in the right direction.
It's by the way, it's a really fun tailgate.
Oh, it's a fried tailgate.
That too, but it doesn't.
But you don't have to be
have
fried.
to be a fried tailgate. I'm like, there are kids there.
It
is a family-friendly building.
Thank you, Babs.
But if you do want to throw down and party,
oh yeah,
that's a good place for that too. Yes.
Live and direct, man. It's a great event.
What time do you start?
I started 3 hours before every home game, so 9 o'clock we will be cranked up, rolling.
Okay.
PlayStation 5s, Xbox station downstairs on the 3rd floor.
That's outstanding.
For kids. Yeah, we got a beerologist, a mixologist downstairs on the 1st floor. So a famous mixologist too. So it's a shame I don't know his name, but yeah, you should come in there, man, and silent auction a little bit of everything. Promise you won't leave disappointed. People come now just for the tailgate and then go home.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe we'll pick a Sunday and
I'm telling you,
fly in from the airport and just go over there.
Oh, that'll be, see, when I see people I know, I get more excited and get more fried. So, yeah.
615-737-1045.
Maybe I should.
What is the Titans' offensive identity? Derrick Henry averaging just 3.2 yards per carry. His career average is 4.7, so he's 1.5 yards short of his career average.
Yeah.
The worst season he has ever had was 4.2 yards per carry. He's at 3.2 right now. Tyjae Spears at 5.5 yards per carry and has outsnapped Henry in 2 of the 3 games. I know what they're saying in terms of like Derrick Henry's going to get his, and maybe Tyjae Spears is getting more reps because they're behind. But are we seeing a shift?
I don't
Too
think,
soon?
I don't think we can take anything from what we're seeing because it's such a debacle right now.
That's okay.
I don't think there's any consistency in what they want to be offensively. I don't think that there's any consistency in play calling. I don't think you can take anything from Tajay Spears having more snaps than Derrick Henry right now. I don't think any of that until you fix. And it doesn't even have to be fixed.
No, patch
but
it.
until you patchwork something, this offensive line, so it's not as bad as it is, then I feel like you can't. They don't have an identity.
Yeah.
And you can't say, you know what their identity is? They're averaging like 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's what their average
impossible.
is.
Can't play like
That's their identity, which is why you're probably seeing Tajay Spears more than you're seeing Derrick Henry because they're not getting it done on 1st and 2nd down.
No.
If you can't get it done on 1st and 2nd down in the NFL,
Right.
you're living in a real bad place.
Right, but Spears obviously getting more than just 3rd down running back snaps, right?
Right.
Like for him to out-rep
No, you're right.
Henry. So maybe those are two different questions.
I think, yes.
Derrick Henry is going to be 30 in January. That is the benchmark for all running backs except for Raheem Mostert, who says it's because he didn't play for 5 years, and Adrian Peterson, who is, what does Mickey say, a cyborg sent down from the future?
Yeah, but that's what I think Derrick Henry is. I don't think Derrick Henry. I got asked.
That's what I would say, too.
Yeah, I
I'm
went
just
on
asking the
Cincinnati
question.
radio
I was gonna ask
today,
you how that went.
and they asked me, is Derrick Henry not the same because he's at the end of his career? And I'm like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't believe he's declined that much.
I would love to see him be able to get to the line of scrimmage, just like, and then let's
that's asking
judge
for
him.
a lot, Slay.
I know that's what's crazy. Like then let's see where he is as far as his wear and tear on his body. But my question is too though, we kind of threw them a mulligan last year, in a sense, because of all the injuries. Do they get another mulligan? Is this a mulligan set up because of what's going on our line?
I don't think it's a mulligan.
Okay, so what if this trend continues? This will be you losing 2 out of every 3 games.
Right,
Probably.
so I guess like
So somebody got to
are
take
you saying like to
whose
be
shoulders this?
Are you going to explain away the bad because of the offensive line?
There you go. And who shoulders the responsibility of it?
I mean,
Everybody now.
we had somebody call in yesterday
they
and
whiffed
say
at left tackle last year. They whiffed at left tackle this year. That's what
somebody
we
said Carthon this year, but you can't. This is not on him. Like the next person would be Vrabel, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's partly on him.
Okay.
It's partly on Vrabel.
All right, I'm just wondering that because I just start thinking back to what the caller said.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's partly on Tim Kelly. You got to figure out how to help
see.
your quarterback out. If that means you've got to set it up to where you get him, you move the pocket, you get him out of the pocket, you put him on the move. I don't care.
There
you have to
you
do
go.
something
There
because
you
this
go.
ain't working.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Babs. That's what I wanted to hear.
All right, big 4 o'clock hour coming up. We'll ask Big Savagery, Ramone Foster, all of these questions as he will join us from Ramon, Kayla, Will. You can hear them every weekday morning, 6 to 10 on 104.5 The Zone. Also at 420, Greg Cosell, executive producer and analyst for NFL Matchup, producer for NFL Films for 44 years. We'll talk through the bad of the Cleveland game, probably talk more about the matchup coming up with Cincinnati. May work a Justin Fields question in there, too. The Miller Lite Wash Away Toast with Ron Slay coming up at 4:45. If you are here in
Let's go. We need it.
at Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna, in the bar area, you will get a free Miller Lite while they last, so you can toast away that game
45
with Ron Slay. All that coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, you can get it done this weekend in Springfield, Tennessee. The best vehicle buying experience that you will have ever had. That is what's going to happen when you go see my friends at Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. I've bought multiple vehicles from these guys. They are awesome people, and they will be there every step of the way to help you get into the vehicle that's right for you. After the sale, service department, incredible for your oil changes and your tire rotations and all those things. And they'll keep up to date with that and help you out. Go take your test drive. Go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee. That's Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. You can check them out online. All of the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. That's GuptonMotors.com, GuptonMotors.com. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That's Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Yes, indeed. It's Steve out the wings. You know exactly what's going on, man. Tuesdays, you get a very good special, 69-cent wings. You cannot beat it. Not from the home of sweet and sassy with all that delicious, delicious flavor. Yes, lemon pepper, sweet and sassy, mixed together. Cajun ranch fries with the cheese melted on top. That's got a name for it, people. It's Ron Slay. Ask for the Ron Slay. Anytime you go into 3961 Nolensville Pike, Plaza Mariachi, or 123 Ewing Drive. Also, they just opened up in Atlanta, so if you're listening to us down there in ATL, it's one right there on Peachtree. Hustle on in there, and they're going to be opening up another one, too. Rocky Top. Are you ready? Hey, I'm just saying, man, you got lunch combo specials 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every single day, 8, 9. Try that mac and cheese. It's good, but one thing you got to know. Yes, the home of sweet and sassy never goes wrong with the wings, man. Go get you some. I'm telling you right now, it's still like out the wings.
Good afternoon from the Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. I'm Joe Hunk. The injury report is out for the Titans and the Bengals. And on today's list, you do have Joe Burrow, but it is saying that he was a full participant for the second day in a row. Now, Irv Smith and Charlie Jones did not practice today for the Bengals, but really, Joe Burrow's the important one. Now, for the Titans, Elijah Molden, Peter Skoronski, Traylon Burks, as well as Derrick Henry were all not available or not at practice today. That just sounded horrible. Let's try that again. Basically, they didn't practice today. Let's go with that. DeAndre Hopkins and Danico Autry were limited today in practice, as was Tier Tart. But hey, Harold Landry was a full participant. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, though, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome in 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Yes, it is, Babs.
B-E-A-U-T-4.
We're alive and well, and at Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna, and we want to see you out here. I see some Tennessee orange. I see some Titan blue. By the way, the Titans are wearing navy on navy.
I like
Sunday.
it.
You do like it.
I go navy on navy.
It's very slimming.
You know what the
white on
Titans are
white.
wearing during their next home game?
What?
That would be Houston Oiler uniforms, because that's the next time they're back in town.
I got one.
It's going to be 4 weeks until they play at home again.
Love
after
your
after
blue.
Sunday.
Love your blue.
I thought you bought
Love your blue.
like 4 of them.
I did. I got to take one back and get an alternate jersey. Then I have all 4 of the colors.
That was when he couldn't walk with his hip problem.
Yeah, it was rough.
So like
out there.
he picked out his jerseys and then they had to bring them to him at the live show at Nissan Stadium that day.
I'm going back. The Burks. I got to get the what is it? The white, like the white and blue. The one they did the Love You Blue was 4. I got Love You Blue. I got the navy, and I got a white one. It's a white and blue one or something out there like that.
Oh,
Something like that.
all right.
I saw it. I'm going to get it.
I see a lot of beer and wings here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna.
That's right.
The Wash Away Toast coming up. Miller Lite Wash Away Toast coming up at 4:45. If you are here, you will get a free Miller Lite if you're in the bar area. And it's filling up pretty good over here. Yeah,
it is. They laugh, too.
And drink responsibly, like Dawn Davenport last week. She was the guest celebrity toaster, and then she downed a beer. Allegedly.
And
Allegedly.
She's ready this week.
She is ready. Rod
No,
Slay
I'm
is here.
taking a week off.
Oh, I got somebody to help me with the intro this time.
I'm in the building.
Yeah, that was go, John. My man. Thank you, bro. I ain't got no roof.
Little man got applause there.
Yeah, man. He came with it, man.
Hey, man.
I got one more for the 5 o'clock hour.
A lot of people won't just step up to a mic and just deliver.
They won't, man.
They think they can, then they get there and they freeze up.
No, he nailed that.
No,
Yes,
he
he
nailed
did.
it. Absolutely nailed it. Ramone Foster nails it every morning. And on Sundays, game days on the sidelines with Titans Radio. And Ramon joins us now. Big Savage, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, good people?
Savagery.
I was asking Coach Mack this. Was that game bad enough for Vrabel to just call in the entire team in the auditorium and watch through the cut-ups? Or do you still just do it positionally?
You do it positionally. If it's from my understanding on how it was when I played, the head coach will have an everybody meeting, and then you break up into groups. And at everybody meeting, they put up clips, they show the bat, they yell, they call people out. It is nothing worse as a player than to be publicly embarrassed by your peers. It's such a strategic move, and, man, it works if you're right-minded and you don't take offense to it.
Big Savagery, Ramone Foster. What are you seeing over there at left tackle? Can we get better over there, or are we going to have to try somebody else?
You got no choice but to get better, man. If again, like I said, you're right-minded, I look at what he's going through right now, not a physical thing. You know, Andre Dillard is a very athletic guy, individual. But it's a matter of getting that athleticism to translate over from his mind to his feet to the ground. That's essentially what he has going on. I saw some clips people posted this week from him working on certain things, and I'm just like, it still looks like he's trying too hard. Bro, just go out there and do your thing. And What I hope doesn't happen to him when he starts chasing certain things, because people are going to do the opposite of what he's trying to stop. You just simply got to go see and hit. And it's easy for me to say that, one, because I'm not playing, but two, my mentality was I knew what my weaknesses are, and I knew how they were going to attack me. He knows what his weaknesses are, and he can't overcorrect himself. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? You say to yourself, help is on the way after week 6. You got NPF coming back. Peter Skoronski will be a little bit more healthier going into it, and then you give yourself options. One thing about the league in almost all sports is it is performance-based. You're tied to people when it comes down to their contract, but there's also a sense of, hey, you're not helping us, we'll just put you on the back burner. I don't want to say I'm out on Andre Dillard when it comes down to his play because it's still early in the season. And last week with him acknowledging he has to work on stuff, you get grace because it's a second chance league at all times, even if the fan base don't want to hear.
Okay, so you talk about knowing, you as a player, you knew your weaknesses. Well, apparently Myles Garrett told him after the game his weaknesses and what he could do to get better, and then Dillard talked about it in his post-game interview, locker room interview. I'm just curious what you took from that conversation.
Babs, you know you my homie, right?
Yeah.
If you ever came to me asking me what he said to me, you would never get that out of me. Do you understand that? I don't care how close we are. He should have, in my opinion, I would say this, I would never say that. I would never go to the media and tell how a guy dissected me and broke me down, because when I go to meetings on Monday, I'm going to see all of that. When I get on the plane, the film is already uploaded. I can watch what he did to me. I get where he's coming from. It's kind of laid out and probably let everybody know, like, hey, man, he got me, but, man, he also helped me out. No, that ain't how the game works. The game works in a fashion that, look, it's you versus everybody else that's not on your team. And from that point right there, you go dominate those guys. Again, to be good is one thing, but to be good and know where your weak spots are is always going to be the biggest point in how you extend your career. Coaches tell you what? We're as strong as our weakest link. Why does the coach say that? Because they're going to attack the weakest link. We know the weakest link because the film tells us that, y'all. And that's where it was bothersome to me. Okay, he don't operate like me, so let me stop referencing that. What you do in those moments is, dog, I appreciate that, but shut up. I'm good. I'll see you down the road. Let me go break down myself, because there's not going to be a harder critic on myself than me. And I think that's what he has to figure out himself. Again, he went to Philly. Philly as a city, you guys go to the Army-Navy game every year. That is a hard city. Y'all know that, right? So because of that, that team was going to treat him the exact same way as the identity of the people. You say Tennessee tough here in Nashville, right? Because why? There's a mantra that goes along with the people that are of this city. He got washed out in Philly. That's fine. What he can't do is chase what happened in Philadelphia. He also needs to be a guy. He also seems to need to be a guy that just says, I know what I am, and just be the best person of that. I'm an athlete. Put me in those situations. Be good with my hands. Be good with my feet. Like I'm watching the young rookie DeJuan Jones last weekend. He's a big body guy. So what do the guys like to do to him? They try to beat him around the hump. But he got arms that are 8 feet long. He put his paws on people, and he uses his size. Ron are going to tell you this. When you came to watch me, Savage, what did I used to always tell you? I'm going to put him in the phone booth. Why? Because at my size and the way I move, man, why would I give you that much room to go to work? I'm going to set and cover you up, and we're going to work in the phone booth, baby. Don't put me on the edge. If the guys wanted to go around me, cool. I'll just run you by because I'm going to force you to play my game. That's what Dillard has to do. Maybe jump out on guys and start the fight before they start to bull rush you. Those are some things. But this is also some stuff I say this should have been figured out in camp. Ron will tell you, the day we was watching the practice with the VOT, I said he gives up a little bit too much ground. Did I not say that to you, Savage?
You did.
So, again, it can be broken down, but he also got to go play his game. Go jump guys a little bit more to stop the charge so that they're not pushing you back if you're not as stable in your lowers, as Coach Mack like to say. Y'all got me riled up talking about this guy, man.
I know we do. But to those points, first of all, I feel that there needs to be more of a competitive edge to him. I don't know. I wouldn't talk about somebody telling me how they took advantage of me in a post-game presser because I'd be pissed.
Cool on it, yeah.
Right. But here's the other thing, though, and I liken it to my volleyball, my game, right? Okay, so I would always take an extra little inch step before a hitter would swing, and my coach was always like, you're wasting time, you're taking that millisecond away from not getting in the right position once you read a hitter's arm. Okay, so it was really hard for me to stop doing that because I've played forever, and that was just my thing. I had always done it. So when you look at Dillard and you talk about his hand placement and how that's kind of his technique to bring guys in, or maybe be a little late on hand.
He waits on them. Yeah, he waits
on. Okay, yeah. So a little late. How difficult is that to change and transition to possibly make a difference right now for this team in that position?
He's got to go do the same thing that you did, Babs. Get uncomfortable. If he's a guy that likes to set back because he's quick enough to get to a point, well, guess what you have to go do? You got to go get guys at their point before they start to fight with you. It's going to be uncomfortable, but if it helps you win, you'll get used to winning, which will make it more comfortable for you also. I was a guy that tried to do certain things for myself. Like, I wanted to jump at guys, but because of the way I was built and how I played and what was my strength, it was better for me to honestly play like Andre Dillard, to wait on guys to come meet me as opposed to me going to meet them. When I tried to jump guys and get the fight started quicker, my hands would just be all over the place, and then I start leaning. So I figured out, okay, sit back and come play with me. That was the way I operated. He, I feel like, has to be a guy that says this: if I know my lower body or is it my strength as far as what I'm asked to do as a left tackle, well, I've seen, and this is no fair comparison, but if you guys want to go watch somebody that does a really good job of jumping guys, go watch Trent Williams. That's what I mean. He gets out and punches guys quick to stop that charge. Chris Hubbard, you remember me talking about him a good bit? He's an undersized, air quotation marks, tackle. He starts to fight with guys a little bit sooner than other guys are comfortable doing. But here's the thing. Hubbard and Dillard are very athletic guys. They can go start those fights if they're confident in their technique and what their actual plan is to stop them. But that's also a circumstantial thing, too, because if it's one-on-one left tackle versus the right defensive end, well, that's your game right there, and you go play that. You just got to have enough confidence and trust in your left guard and center that, look, if I lose this one, can you be there for me, too? It's a communication thing. It's a situation to where you have to have a lot of cohesion. And that's what this group is still working through. It just sucks because this is the thing, too, and I'm going to point fingers at this group also. That tight end group is also the reason why these offensive linemen are at this spot, too. They're getting their butts whooped at the point and having a whole bunch of TFLs on the offensive side of the ball. And that's putting this offense behind the chains. More times than not, if there's a tackle for loss that's coming from that tight end tackle set right there that's causing this group to be in these passing situations. So when I say pass protection is a team thing, it really is, because the play before that, there's a tackle for loss or there's a no gain, which is causing more problems and making you more predictable as an offense. So, yes, I'm okay with putting fault on the OL, but there are other people who are playing a huge part in this also.
Let me ask you this, Savage, and give me this in like 30 seconds, because I'm putting us up against it. I'm gonna put us up against it.
My bad, Paul.
No, you cool. No, Paul Mason know what it is. Good combo. Hey, you got to tell me, man, is this defense too scorned to go out and bounce back and go and win a game versus a team like the Bengals? Because we just talked about the offense, but is this defense capable? I felt like the way they played, we don't see that a lot.
Right.
Can they bounce back and still go carry this team to victories?
They can, because that's your strong suit, and they should know that too. What happened in that Cleveland game was this: They jumped Big Jeff them early and often in that game, kept them at the line of scrimmage as much as possible. They also go back and look at that first 2 series in that game. They went left, right, up and down the field. They tired this defense out because they knew if they kept them on the field for a long extended amount of time, they would wear them down. That defense got worn down, and they got pushed around a little bit more because of those situations right there. And it's this, too. Those guys are paid to tackle. You had Deshaun locked up in the backfield, and I know he's a very slippery quarterback at times. You got to close those sacks out. You got to get those running backs at the line of scrimmage as much as possible, and you can't get beat because your eyes in the backfield on deep passes in the red zone. Those are things that happen. All of that stuff right there is fixable as far as making tackles when you have to, getting the sacks when you absolutely need to, and not having your eyes in the backfield and letting the running back score a touchdown in the red zone. You know they're going to take shots in those moments right there.
Big Savagery, Ramone Foster catching every weekday morning on 104.5 The Zone. Ramon, Kayla, Will, 6 to 10. Thank you, Ramon. Good stuff, man. We'll be listening on Sunday, bro.
No doubt.
And Friday.
Yeah.
And
every day.
And Monday,
if
Tuesday,
we just want to call
Wednesday,
him.
Thursday.
Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I think it's actually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Anyway. Yeah, or if we just want to call him and just say hello.
That too. Or be like, hey, I thought I saw this.
Yeah,
Was I
shoot the
right
channel.
in the tape?
I got something for that, too, coming back, man.
Well, we got Greg Cosell coming back.
Turn it.
But
I'm going to write it down.
Write that down.
Write it down.
So we'll come back to that.
Write
Greg
it down,
Cosell
take a picture. I don't give it.
going to break down Titans Cleveland real quick and see what happened. Can they fix it? And then move on to the matchup against Cincinnati with the best film evaluator in football. Greg Cosell next as we broadcast live at Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. Again, coming up, Titans tickets we will give away in the 5 o'clock hour. We've got a Skoronski autograph mini helmet, I think, coming up in just a little bit, and the Miller Lite Watch Away Toast at 4:45. All that coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What is happening? Yes, get your body back in order, man. But use your body to get your own body back healthy and healed. Your body, your cells, that should be your solution that you go with when going with Kellum, StemCellInstitute.com. I leaned in on it. I'm telling you that right now. I got tired of my knees hurting, my shoulder hurting, man, just because it popped out a couple of times. And what was I going to do to be able to get back active and not feel the effects of it the next day and not having to pop 3-4 leaves and just even walk in and do my job at work. Like, I couldn't do that no more, man. So I leaned into it when I got my consultation. I called this number, a free consultation, 615-850-4415, 615-850-4415. Dr. Kellum sat down with me personally, great staff on hand, and told me everything that I needed to know, any questions I needed asked, any thoughts that I had that, man, this may not do this, this may not do that. Put all that to rest. You can do the same for you. Kellum, StemCellInstitute.com.
I want to tell you about my friends at Smoky Mountain Tops, man. There's a definite way for you to improve the look of your home, and I mean, it's going to feel brand spanking new. My friends at Smoky Mountain Tops, Mike McGrady and the guys are ready to help you out, and that's exactly what they will do. Football season is here. Change is in the air. For over 25 years, Smoky Mountain Tops has been crafting beautiful custom countertops residentially and commercially. Check out the new Honstone Quartz collection by Hyundai LNC at Smoky Mountain Tops. Honstone's new designs have depth and translucency that's never been seen before. Created by Earth and designed for a beautiful living, Honstone Quartz has many designs from which you can choose. Smoky Mountain Tops, friendly sales team, will help bring your project to life, whether it's their work in Neyland Stadium, Geodis Park Club Suites, or your residential project. Smoky Mountain Tops would love the opportunity to earn your business. SmokyMountainTops.com is the website. Quality, service, dedication, SmokyMountainTops.com. 3HL 1045 The Zone, broadcasting live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. We would love to see you here. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. We've got giveaways. Skoronski autographed mini helmet coming up this hour. Get your name in the box.
Put your name in the box.
Also, Titans Bengals tickets at the end of the hour, the 5 o'clock hour, the end of the show. So you'll want to have your chance to win that. Also coming up in the next segment, 4:45, Miller Lite Wash Away Toast with Ron Slay. You think we have something to wash away today?
Oof. Let's ask the guy who really knows what they need to wash away.
Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Again, Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. We'd love to see you out here. Greg Cosell joins us every Thursday at 4:20, executive producer and analyst for NFL Matchup. You'll see that show on the ESPN properties. Also producer for NFL Films for what, Greg, 44 years? Is that what it is now?
This is my 44th season, Brent, yes.
That is incredible.
So, yeah, it's been quite a few years.
I love it, man.
Would you start when you were 5, Cosell?
I did, Don. Thank you very much. I did, yes.
That makes you wonder.
And I don't look a day over 5, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Just like, Don, you don't look a day over 29.
There you go.
Before we get on with the Titans, and I didn't ask you about this earlier, so if you don't want to cover this, that's fine. Maybe you haven't looked. But Don was curious about Justin Fields. Don?
Yes. Where do you have the numbers that I had sent you? Sorry, I don't have time to.
They're bad.
Yeah, I got you.
They're bad. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, no, they're bad. No, I was thinking about it. I sent it to the boys because I was like, let's ask Cosell about it. I think it was, here it is. Kyle Sloter on Twitter had put out, for my next video, I intended on breaking down Justin Fields, blah, blah, blah. But he said the Bears receivers should be ashamed. Literally, no one creates any separation or makes any plays downfield on 50-50 balls. It looks like Fields holds the ball forever. In reality, there's not a soul open. I'm just curious when and then also he said the coaching staff is running some of the most bland and predictable concepts I've ever seen from an NFL team, and there's a lack of execution. I'm curious what you see are the issues with Justin Fields.
Well, the other stuff's hard to comment on. I think that's the kind of stuff that's said when things don't work. I didn't watch the tape this week, but I watched the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I can tell you that there are numerous times where the design of the play works and the ball should be thrown, and it's clear that Justin Fields is not seeing it the way he should, or if he appears to look right at it, it's not registering the way it's supposed to for him to turn it loose. And the result of that very often is him holding the ball. There's always a flash or two where he does it really well, and you think, God, it's there somewhere. And it's funny because I did a deep dive on Justin Fields this past summer from last year, and I thought he had significantly improved over the course of last season to the point where I felt, I was not one of those people that said, oh, he's going to be in the MVP running, because I don't talk like that anyway. But, I think that I thought after watching him this summer that, hey, he's got a chance to improve. Same coaching staff, same offensive coordinator. They got a receiver in DJ Moore. I thought there'd probably be better things to come, but he just does not see it. It doesn't register with him. And let's understand one thing. Separation is a relative term. If it's one-on-one coverage, you do have to throw the football at some point, and that's just the way it is in the NFL. Separation, rarely are guys so separated that it looks like there's 4 or 5 yards. Every once in a while that happens, but that's not something that happens all the time.
That's a great point. Open in the NFL is very different than open in college.
Right. That's definitely true.
Yes, indeed, and you know that. Where are you going this weekend, Don?
I've got Charlotte at SMU. Little Saturday night there, which, SMU with Rhett Lashley and his offenses, and Rashee Rice, who was there for a couple years, is now gone. So somebody else has to step in.
Yeah. But so anyway, that's, from the first 2 weeks of Justin Fields, that's what I see. I didn't see him this week. I'm sure it wasn't good overall. But it'll be interesting how that plays out, because you have to keep one thing in mind. The GM there, Ryan Poles, he did not draft Justin Fields.
Yeah. Yep.
Nor did he trade up to get him.
No.
Yeah,
Correct.
last week was more of the
Correct.
same. They were down 35-0 at halftime. I'm not sure the table.
And they
is
also have a
very
lot
good.
of draft capital, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens there, depending on how this season goes, obviously.
From a Tennessee Titan perspective, is the Browns defense that good, or the Titans offense
Offensive line.
not good?
That bad.
Well, the Browns defense through 3 games has been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they've allowed 1 offensive touchdown. Third downs against them are less than 20% conversion. They're really good, as you guys have seen, based on the last game. And one of their great strengths is their defensive line and their ability to take 3 players in Garrett, Smith, and Okoronkwo and move them all around and create matchups. And when you're playing against a team whose weakness through 3 games has been the offensive line, it's going to lead to what we saw on Sunday. And, now as going forward, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, Andre Dillard he needs to be fixed. And again, no one knows the answer to that question. I'm not there every day, with the coaching staff. I don't know, how that's all going to work out, but he has a continuing issue, which is really problematic. He's late and wide with his hands in pass protection, and that allows pass rushers to get inside of him. And he doesn't have enough anchor strength to stop that. So, he somewhere along the line, he needs to use his hands to strike and control and not allow pass rushers into his body. Look, he has light feet. He's got the position movement requirements. He is athletic enough. Those position movement requirements come relatively easy to him. But when you watch him, he just lacks strength. And, I can't speak to what it's in his head. I can only speak to what's on the field. And you'd like to see him be more competitively tough. But he's a concern right now. Look, they had 2 plays in that game, okay? And this is what happens when your offensive line can't protect. 3rd and 13 on the first possession of the 3rd quarter, okay? They went with what we call 0-2 personnel. No backs, 2 tight ends, 3 wide receivers. They doubled Garrett with both tight ends. But you know what that means, guys? How many receivers then are going into routes?
Yeah.
3. And the Browns played cover 2. So you have 7 defenders that can cover 3 receivers. That's not good. The same thing happened again in the 4th quarter on 3rd and 12. They went 0-2 and they blocked with the tight ends. And it was only 3 receivers versus cover 2, 7 defenders. And that's what happens when you can't pass protect.
And if you look on the opposite end, so why couldn't you get to a guy and capitalize? What was it that the defense for the Titans couldn't capitalize on Deshaun Watson? Because early in the game, Cleveland was doing the exact same thing, sending 3 guys out on routes, keeping guys in to try to neutralize that front line for the Titans, and a little misdirection with the play fakes and things like that. What was it that you saw to why this Titans defense couldn't get home, Cosell?
Yeah, I mean, the game was, for the first half, until the Ford 19-yard touchdown, which was in the 2nd quarter, the pass play, there was not a lot of scoring in this game.
Right.
And, it was an odd game for the Titans defense. I do not think they played poorly. There were a lot of – this was far and away Deshaun Watson's best game as a Brown. Yes. He made some big-time throws where the corners were there. He had Cooper for 25 yards where Fulton was right there. He had Peoples-Jones for 29 yards, which was another big-time throw where McCrary was right there. So this was a game where Watson made some big-time throws. Obviously, the 19-yard touchdown to Ford, they spread the formation. They went empty. He ran sluggo versus Alshire, and he beat him. He got beat. That happens. That's the plan when you put a back out wide and a linebacker goes out. That's the plan if you're an offense. But I don't think the defense for the Titans played poorly.
How affected is the Titans defense, do you think, with these? I'm just looking at the play sheet. First drive, 3 plays, then 3 plays, then 4 plays.
Big time.
How affecting is that?
Super affecting, Brent. The Titans gained 94 total yards of offense. You almost, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but you almost have to try to do that in today's NFL. They average 2.1 yards per play. Think about that for a minute. I mean, they hardly converted on third down. It's defensively, it's really hard to play that way because you don't get a rest, and that literally every play you have to be great because you just get that feeling about your offense that they're not going to move the ball.
Okay, so back to that offense, Cosell. Big picture, when you watch the film, where does it all start? Where are the issues? I know there's multiple issues to go around.
Right.
There's multiple blame to go around. But in your mind, when you watch the film, why is it as bad as it is?
Well, it starts with the offensive line.
Yeah.
It's look. I live outside of Philadelphia. That's where NFL Films is in southern New Jersey. So I see the Eagles every single week. And, they have the best O-line, D-line combination in the NFL by far. And the Titans are not going to have a great O-line this year, no matter what. But if the O-line can't function, at least, can't allow you to play, it's really hard, Dawn. It's just really hard. Then every game becomes somewhat problematic. Can you, depending on the nature of the opponent, can you get around it? Yes, it depends on the opponent. When you play the Cleveland Browns with Garrett, Smith, those kinds of players, it's hard to get around and camouflage. So, we're going to have to see the way that Dillard is playing. And I had mentioned to you guys before the season started that he was going to be the key player here, because if he couldn't play, and the tape through 3 games is telling you that that's an issue that probably has to be discussed in the building. If he can't play, then, what do you start to do? I know they brought up the Justin Murray kid who has played left tackle. But again, there's no all pros and Hall of Famers out on the street right now just waiting for the Titans to call them. So these are the players, for the most part, they'll be playing with every single week. So they have to find a way to get better production from the guys that are on the roster. And I'm not a coach, and this is no knock on the coaches, because for all I know, they could be coached great and they're just not doing it in the games. You never know. Merrill Hodge used to say, that coaches, and I'm trying to remember the expression. They have all the power but no control, or all control, something like that. Because you can coach all you want, but if the guys don't actually do it and perform, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So along those lines, what did you think of a full game of Dylan Radins, and is that a possibility to maybe, if Dillard can't get it, is Radins a possibility to move there?
In my opinion, no, because I think Radins plays too upright and too stiff, and I don't think he can play left tackle. But and I don't think they think that either. But if it's desperation, then who knows? But I personally don't believe that his traits would allow him to be a plus left tackle in the NFL.
How did he look last week?
I think he looks pretty much like I just said. I think again, no player is going to get beat on every play. I mean, if I made a cut up of Andre Dillard, I could show you 8 plays or 15 play, whatever, a meaningful number of plays where you'd say, hey, it looks pretty good. No player gets beat on every single play, right? So you could do the same thing with Radins. But I think at the end of the day, when you look at him as an overall player and what his traits and attributes are, I'd say he's upright, he's stiff. It negatively impacts both his strength and power and his lateral movement. So I don't think he can play left tackle and really do what you want to be done on the outside.
Greg Cosell with us, at Greg Cosell on Twitter. All right, what do we see from the Bengals? Obviously, a lot of short passing game opportunities for Cincinnati. With the calf issue there for Joe Burrow. I'm curious what you see on tape from them. And I also know that he is the fifth least blitzed quarterback in the NFL right now. And is it because of that you can't get to him, so spot tackle?
Yeah, and don't forget that they're trying to get the ball out. I mean, his calf's an issue because Burrow, I remember doing Burrow coming out of LSU, and I loved every single thing about him. But there's one thing that he doesn't have, and it hasn't affected him being a great NFL quarterback. But he's not a power velocity thrower, so he needs his body to work from the ground up so that he has his legs involved in his throws and his core. And right now he can't do that. So you notice that on film. So they're trying to get around all that. Again, he's probably going to be fighting this for a while. I don't know enough about calf injuries to say anything intelligent. But the other thing I'd say is, and it's rarely talked about because of Joe Burrow, is they have a really good defense. I've watched their defense now for a number of years. I watched them this week as well against the Rams, obviously. They're aggressive. They've got good players. This is going to be another challenge for Dillard because Trey Hendrickson is a really good edge pass rusher. So, I mean, this is going to be a tough deal against this defense. They have two really good stacked backers in Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt. So it'll be a challenge again.
Hendrickson with 10 hurries, quarterback hurries last week. One of our listeners, I've been using this all week. The Miami Dolphins scored 24 points less than the Titans had total yards.
That's correct. They had 94 total yards and they scored 70 points.
Isn't that
they
amazing?
Scored 10 touchdowns. It was college numbers.
All right, Greg. Hey, man, thanks for the rundown. Hopefully we'll have something a little more positive to talk about next week.
All right, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks,
at Greg
Cosell.
Cosell. Check him out on NFL Matchup this weekend. It is a phenomenal show. Basically, he does what he just did with tape in front of you to watch.
To like teach you.
Yeah, it's Sal Powell's on that show, and it's awesome. Miller Lite Wash Away Toast with Ron Slay is coming up next right here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. If you drink them, gone them.
Let's go, baby.
If you drink them, gone them.
Gone them down.
Might as well. I didn't mean to say that, but it works. We'll be right back. Buddy Alley Carpet One here to keep you comfortable at home with the Cozy Up to Carpet Flooring Sale. Visit our friends at Buddy Allen now through November 6th to get big savings on carpets of every style, pattern, and texture. Need a little financing? Get big savings on carpets. As I said, need a little financing help? Enjoy 0 interest if paid in full within 18 months. Stop by the store in Donaldson today to get details and guidance from the flooring experts. Visit BuddyAlleyCarpet1.com online for details, or just stop by the store in Donaldson, 2405 Lebanon Pike. Again, BuddyAlleyCarpet1.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, rolling through the Thursday edition, and we are broadcasting live from Buffalo Wild Wings, as we do every Thursday. Today we are in Smyrna.
That's right.
Pop quiz. Anybody know which Buffalo Wild Wings we're at next week?
I do.
You do?
Who?
You do?
I do.
Don Davenport in the front row, dressed in green.
Where?
Hermitage, Tennessee.
Are we?
Is that right?
Kirby saying no.
Nashville West.
Oh,
Of Charlotte.
gosh,
Charlotte,
I'm
baby.
wrong.
West Side. We're going to West Nashville with it, man.
Hermitage is October
Tennessee.
12th. That is before the London game.
Good job, Babs.
Don has been so confident
I like it.
lately,
I
of
love
just
it.
screaming out wrong answers to things.
I love it. I love when Babs is absolutely
so sure
right.
I was right.
I never heard our Wednesday promo when when Babs at the end of the show, we record the promo for the next day. And Babs, I looked at her, I'm like, coming up on the Wednesday edition of 3HL, we'll talk a lot of college football, the NFL, and the Titans. Because she was like looking at me like, who's coming on?
I couldn't remember.
And I said, and the Titans. She goes,
Greg Cosell.
puts her finger like way up in the air like John Travolta in Dance Fever and yells, Greg Cosell! And we're like, nope.
That's it.
Greg Cosell is Thursday.
See, I like to act like I have everything together, and really
Yeah.
I'm just a hot mess.
Who's that slot receiver that the Titans have tried to play the last couple of years that we always forget who he is? That's coming
Slot
on.
receiver?
Yeah. You remember? I always forget.
Kyle Phillips.
Yeah, Kyle Phillips. Remember him?
Yeah.
Is he coming back this week?
He was supposed to be. Yeah, he was supposed to be on with us.
Yeah.
He's still on the team?
No, it's
forget
after
about
week
him.
4. After this week.
It's
After
coming
this-
up.
Yep.
Coming up.
Oh, it is.
I
Yeah.
hope you. I hope you.
Six.
I hope you
No,
went to
4.
go do the holistic stem cell therapy.
It's 4 is the minimum.
He will
It's
be
the
back.
Minimum. Yeah, and then Nicholas Petit Frere is 6.
He'll
We're
be
getting
back
there,
by then.
man.
We're getting close, man. We got to make it to 3-3, 500, man. That's my goal.
Can they? Will they?
I think
Well,
they can.
you're going to have to wash away this last.
Let's get it on.
Yeah,
Junk.
they're still passing out Miller Lights because there are
They
a lot of
are.
people here.
I ain't got one.
So we're going to do that in just a second.
Okay.
But where was I going with that? Oh, can they be 3-3? Yeah, they can. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But here's the schedule. So Cincinnati this week. That's game 4.
At home.
Yep.
Make sure you say that part.
At Indianapolis. And then Baltimore
In London.
in London.
I wish Anthony Richardson could hurry up and get back for the Indianapolis Colts because I think as a patchwork, I think Minshew is better for a 3-game span as far as – but I think for the long run, Anthony Richardson is the guy. But I'm just saying,
I think
if he
they're
hurry
the
up and
same.
come back.
I
you?
think I don't think either quarterback changes things for the Colts.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Obviously Richardson,
In the long run.
yeah.
I think
But
they-
Richardson's potential is higher, right?
All right, we
Yeah,
need to
without
do we
question.
need to do a couple things real quick.
What we gotta
got a
do?
couple-
What we gotta do?
We got a couple of minutes to get these things done, and
What
then
we
the
gotta
5
do?
o'clock
What we
hour is
gotta
coming
do?
up. And at 5 o'clock, Bill Barnwell ranks Ryan Tannehill as the most likely NFL quarterback to be replaced. Where on the list is he? We've got that at 5. Hunk, you got a winner?
I do.
Skoronsky autographed mini helmet.
That is right. The winner of the Peter Skoronsky Titans mini helmets is Matt Fry. Matt Fry.
He got to be fried. Matt Fry.
Matt Fry, directly behind me.
What up, Matt? Congratulations, Matt.
There you go.
Get a mini helmet. I love mini helmets, man.
I love wash away toast.
Now, I will go ahead and also let you know that there's a request to help Slay out here in a minute
What are you
because
washing away?
Bentley.
Slay needs a beer is one thing.
there's a friend over here that knows how to sing Rocky Top
Yeah,
in
Bentley.
Spanish.
We got
Oh,
Bentley.
wow.
Little Bentley.
He wants
yeah.
to sing it for you guys.
He can't chug the beer, so I'm gonna do the chugging. He do the singing.
But you need a beer for that to happen.
That would definitely have to take place.
All right, so the wash away toast, the Miller Lite wash away toast is going to happen as soon as Ron Slay has a beer. How do we make that happen?
That's interesting. Curb's on it. Kirby is on the prowl. Did anybody know we were doing a wash away toast today? Besides the people that were coming to do it with
oh,
me?
here she comes.
Uh-oh.
I've been running them down the bar.
Running
Yeah.
them down the bar.
Running up down the bar.
I ain't got it.
Oh, yeah. You want the TV?
Yeah.
Babs, you going to do one?
No,
you.
I'm good.
No, she's not doing one.
No, he'll take one and then you can pass.
Ekebot may do one. Bentley, come up here.
Eggy Bob doesn't drink. All right, Bentley's coming up. The Miller Lite Wash Away Toast. We do it every Thursday around 4:45.
Babsy, get over here. What are you doing?
By the way, we're
sorry.
giving away Bengals.
just-
Sorry,
used to
I'm
doing
wondering
it.
what is good. No. I'm good. I'm
She's
I'm
so
wondering
used to
what's
doing
going
it.
on
Yeah.
here. Okay. All right.
Giving away Bengals Titans tickets in the next hour. Stay tuned. Look at this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what it's like to be tall.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Just don't move.
shout out to Miller Lite for the Wash Away Toast. It's going down every Thursday at Buffalo Wild Wings. 4:45, we wash away the win or the loss from the previous week, Titans and Vols, and we go on to set the tone for what we got coming up. So this week, what we got to do is wash that foolishness away up there with the Browns. It's like a pair of those, the Dun-Dun-Duns are underwear, people. The Dun-Dun-Duns that, you know, you have a little mistake in, and you, instead of washing them, you just, no, you throw them away. You don't wash them away, you throw them away. So instead of washing them, see, Bentley liked it. Instead of washing them away, we're going to throw them away, get them Browns out of our stuff, man. We're going to roll on and handle business. Vols, it's revenge. It's the big payback versus the Gamecocks. And I got a little help. I got a little help from Bentley. A little help from Bentley right here. Go. Got to go.
Rocky Top, simplicity, oh God, say oh God, oh Blair, Rocky Top.
Woo! Everybody knows that part. So, on three, tighten up. 1, 2, 3.
Was that in Spanish?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was so good.
Attaboy, Bentley.
Good job.
Somebody get him off that chair. He's making me nervous.
I know. Here.
I love his Jordans, though. Way to go.
Good job, my man.
That was great. All right, 5 o'clock hour coming up. Bill Barnwell ranks the most likely NFL quarterbacks to be replaced. Where is Ryan Tannehill on that list? That's next, Retail. Broadcasting live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna on 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, are you looking to buy a new home and you need the cash to get out of your current house before waiting it to sell? Well, don't get ripped off by the iBuy House people. Call Loan Pronto instead because they have a Dream Home Bridge loan program going on right now. Loan Pronto can help you tap into your equity. You can get the cash you need to make a clean offer on a new home or maybe an investment property, and they'll help you get the cash to cover the down payment. This amazing program gets you the cash in a matter of days. Very little paperwork. I know that because I refinanced with Loan Pronto. And usually no appraisal is needed right now. So go after the house you want with no contingency. And when your current house sells, the bridge loan completely disappears. Don't put off your dream. Let Loan Pronto help you leverage your equity so you can get the cash to make a solid, clean offer. Call them now, 615-499-5780. LoanPronto.com at 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
Good evening from the Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. I'm Joe Hunk. That injury report is out for the Titans and the Bengals. Yeah, there's no doubt. Joe Burrow is going to be good to go and playing. He's been a full participant in practice the last 2 days. Irv Smith, on the other hand, he has not practiced the last 2 days, so be paying attention to that. The players for the Titans that did not practice today, well, you did have Luke Gifford, Elijah Molden, Peter Skoronski, but Traylon Burks and Derrick Henry were also out today, but Derrick's is toe/rest. Now, the interesting ones you need to pay attention to is that DeAndre Hopkins was limited again today, and so was Danico Autry. But for all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, what you need to do is you need to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? What up, Smyrna?
Smyrna showed up.
No, Yoral. No.
You're not going to accept that?
No, I'm
Slim?
not going to accept that one, man.
It's almost like I said, what up, Laverne?
Yeah, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a mixture of crowd or something. We said, what up, Clarksville? They went bananas, blew the roof off. You got to try that one more time. What up, Smyrna? I was ready to roll.
You know what's funny about, all right, hey, props to Smyrna. Y'all showed out. Not only is the bar packed, but the restaurant dining area is also packed.
Man, they done came through, man, in waves, man. That's what we expect, though. We expect that.
You never know what you're going to get on 3HL. We have little Bentley over there who's 9, who's saying Rocky Top in Spanish.
I can barely do my 1, 2, 3s.
That was amazing.
Hey, Bentley, that has never been done in Nashville radio history, I'm quite certain.
Give Bentley a round of applause. Yeah, little Bentley. Let's see you go Vols, baby.
Also, while we're at
They
it,
say go Vols in Spanish.
I don't know. Bentley does. Who needs a drink? Bartender's doing a good job. That's for sure.
How do you say go Vols in Spanish?
Uh-oh. You
I'll
stumped
put
him.
my boy on the, I'll put my boy on the spot. Hold on.
Vamos Vols.
Vamos Vols. Okay, there we go. Thank you,
I
Bentley.
mean, I'm not going to know the difference. So
Yeah,
good job.
man.
Could have said anything. Did
Who
Bentley
needs-
just curse on the air?
I mean, who needs Betty Ford?
Brett Doherty with you on a
He's
beautiful
not Betty
day in the
Ford.
Music City. Look at, what?
I was saying, who needs
That's
Betty
a
Ford?
clinic, man.
Yeah, what's the
That's a rehab clinic.
What's the lady that teaches you?
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone. Who
You
knows
weren't
that?
even close.
Teaches the language? I didn't miss that whole thing.
He's about to try to send somebody to rehab.
Listen,
Yeah,
of all
we'll need-
people,
we'll need
of
neither
all
one
people
of
to try to keep this show on the rails, I was trying to do that. So I missed all that.
We'll need neither one.
It is a beautiful day in the Music City, Babsy. It is sunny outside.
Sun's
now.
out, Babsy.
Sun's out, guns out.
Transform, Babsy.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
know what that was.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Go check out Dawn Davenport's Instagram feed. Her Pella Windows commercial thing is there.
Oh,
Yes.
I got to put this back out on my story then.
The one I saw was like a behind-the-scenes thing. You were sitting on your couch with bare feet. I was like, she didn't
It's
put
very homey.
She didn't put shoes on.
I didn't.
No, it was a home atmosphere. Like you're comfortable, got new windows. Like
Yeah,
cool.
the sun's shining through
Like
him.
what?
Like, life is good. And then Baby Babs went up to him and, like, slobbered on him.
Did you put
and
her in?
smudged him up.
Did you put her in the commercial?
Yeah.
I do appreciate how confident you are to do that on camera because you do have some jacked up toes there. I'm wondering.
You couldn't see them. You could only see them
See?
in the back,
See,
like
y'all?
behind the scenes. Why you got to call me out on my toes?
I was going to say
At a
Babsy.
restaurant.
We're right here.
Jeez, Mayor.
You call yourself out on it.
Oh, yeah,
Why
I got
can't I?
jacked up feet. I'm not going to lie.
And you got no athlete.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
Yeah, that's what
Athlete.
he's done.
Yeah.
Look at LeBron's feet. Go ahead and Google search
Oh,
that.
boy, them things crossing over.
One of my buddies said from college,
They are.
why is your pinky toe hitching a ride?
Because it wants to get away from everyone.
Could they like break that toe and like set it like normal?
In all seriousness,
Yeah.
I did go to a doctor during high school, but the recovery, I would have had to be off my feet for so long that I would miss way too much athletically for
Yeah.
it to be worthwhile
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
So,
It
yeah,
is-
basically I have an extra bone in my foot.
It is funny that we're
So
it is
there
funny
you
that
go.
we're talking about this at Buffalo Wild Wings while people
I
are
know, I'm
eating
sorry.
wings. They're eating
I'm so
wings.
sorry.
Bone-in
No.
wings. Ron Slay is here.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. That's right. Hey man, I got something to share, man.
You do?
Yeah, man. It ain't really an announcement. It's just shareable. This is just shareable with the people. So, I put my video out, just hyping up Vault Nation, you know what I'm saying? Letting them know, like, this is a big payback style game. We got to be on our P's and Q's. Forget what the players doing on the field, what the coaches got as far as scheme or whatever it may be. But what can be controlled is the atmosphere. It's a home game, kneeling at night, dark mode activated. And I put that out for Vault Nation, and seems to be that the platform is growing. And I say that because it's so many South Carolina fans in my mentions today.
Really?
Oh, let me read you some, Babs, that they going in.
Gamecock Nation's out there.
Oh, and I'm loving it. One said, he responded, then he proceeds to play James Brown, who's from my hometown in South Carolina, and then shot me the middle finger. The next one was Tennessee's Super Bowl. Then the next one was y'all are cracking me up. Like it's on. Like I love this to know that right here on 3HL that we can touch the masses in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And they be tapped in with us. I
You got
love
the
it.
middle finger tweet?
Yes, from the
See,
South Carolina Gamecocks.
listen.
So thank you.
People think that, like, your hate gets to us. But really, it shows the power that we have over you.
That's
what literally Prime Time. Coach Prime just said
Yes.
that the other day at the podium. He's like, "Why would I waste my energy on that?" Number one, this is what I tell everybody: you can't please everybody. The other thing I say is, I love me, so you don't have to.
Yeah, dude.
Somebody just walked by and said, one of our listeners, he's sitting at the bar over there with the black T-shirt on and the black glasses. He said, "Man, you always sound happy, no matter what's going on. And you always make me happy because I feel like you're about to laugh at any moment." And I'm like,
You are.
"Look, man, there are very few ways that I can help somebody on any level, and
Right.
if I can make somebody feel happy because they think I'm about to laugh, then I'll do that.
Yeah,
It doesn't cost me anything."
And I just, guess what, yo? I love it because this is what I used to like to do as a player. So to know that we can have this type of effect talking about the game.
Yeah.
This is right up your alley.
What? Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm going to go in and look at your mentions. That
Oh.
video was great.
Oh,
And
they
it's
going
funny.
crazy.
You put that video out there, and then Josh Heupel said, what did he say yesterday? Like, he acknowledged,
He sure did.
it's okay for I'm all for the fans getting out there. I'm going to try to find that.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's that clip. For our fan base, if they want to use last year's motivation, I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
He knows as well as I do, and you do, and all God's children do.
I can see it.
That environment is going to be lit.
It is here, man. I love it. I like that's amazing. That just tripped me out.
Just let South Carolina turn the ball over in the first possession and see what happens in that building.
Lord have
my
mercy.
gosh.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts. I can't wait. Like Lil Ron said, it's gonna be coconuts.
Yeah.
That's this new word, coconuts.
Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Producer Joe Hunk is here. We are going to get
Sup?
That's pretty good. I can't tell which one was Hunk.
I couldn't either. I had to look up.
I am. Do you want to do the injury report real quick, Davenport, while I
Get 'em,
look
Babs.
while I look for this story from Bill Barnwell that Slay found, ranking the most likely NFL quarterbacks to be replaced. Where is Tannehill on that list?
Oh, well, he's on it.
He is on
I'll tell
it.
you that.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. He's on it.
I'm sending it
Pretty
right now to
darn
you,
high, too. Yes, Bengals. Joe Burrow, full participation today. Irv Smith, tight end. Charlie Jones, wide receiver, did not practice. And Akeem Davis, Gaither, linebacker, limited participation. As for the Titans, a little bit of a longer list. a rest and recovery day for Derrick Henry, listed with toe/rest. DeAndre Hopkins and Danico Autry.
Listen, hang on.
All limited.
Don Davenport fights through a toe injury every single day.
That's right. Suck it up, King.
Oh, I was just Babsy, we're on the air. I'm like,
and in front of a lot of people.
Like, yeah, wait a minute.
Like, usually we're sitting in a studio and, like, we try to pretend like we're talking to one person.
Yeah.
But out here,
like, no. It's a lot out here.
Full participation
Yes.
today after being limited yesterday. Harold Landry with that hamstring and
Yep.
tight end Josh Wiley with the illness. Good news there.
That's right.
Did not practice. Linebacker Luke Gifford. Why can I never say his name right? Like, dude, just get off the damn injury list so
So
that
I
I
ain't
can
gotta do this,
stop
yeah.
saying your name.
are you thinking about Frank Gifford, which in turn means
Probably.
you're thinking about Kathy Lee Gifford, who lives in the
wow.
Nashville area?
Luke, maybe. Hi, Kathy.
Hi. Oh, I'm not-
She's
I'm
kind
not
of
her.
crazy.
I'm also
isn't she?
saying her. What? No, she's not crazy. She's good.
She's not crazy?
nope.
Who am I thinking? I'm thinking of Griffin.
Kathy Griffin.
Oh, she's nuts.
crazy.
That's the comedian, right?
She's
Yeah.
out there.
Oh,
yeah, she is coconuts.
and then some. Elijah Molden did not practice 2 days in a row with hamstring. Peter Skoronsky was not back today. Tier Tart, a knee, limited participation.
Who's a knee? Oh, his knee. He's got a knee injury.
Yes, Tier Tart has a knee injury.
I thought we picked up a guy named Anee.
Oh, and Traylon Burks limited yesterday and didn't practice today with the knee.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a knee again.
Hard to say.
Goodbye.
Maybe a little baby. Yeah. That
Anything really concerning on that list? I mean, I think you know Skoronsky's not going to be back.
Too. Right. You can forget about that one.
I mean,
Biggest one would be Burks
When I
to me.
heard that it burst,
At the
at least
yeah.
he was there.
Right.
right?
That's crazy. Because, yes, we talked about
That
it
can
before.
kill you.
It can kill you.
It can kill
Yeah.
you quickly.
I can't even imagine that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get all the bacteria
Yeah,
rolling through your body.
inside
You're
you?
done.
Yeah, it's like septic
Okay.
shock. And,
You are something else. You hear me?
We're in a restaurant.
Lady is something else, boy.
sorry, guys.
You can watch the show YouTube,
Sorry.
Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
When we come back, I'm going to tell you about this Bill Barnwell list. I will go ahead and tell you that this is the list of most likely NFL quarterbacks to be replaced. Number one on the list is not Ryan Tannehill. Anybody care to guess?
Justin Fields.
That's a good
I
guess.
mean, it's one of two guys: Justin Fields or Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson is number one.
Okay, there you go.
All right, well, we'll tell you where Tannehill is next. Stay tuned. Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna going to give away Titans Bengals tickets in the last segment here. So if you can get here, get your name in the box. We'll be right back.
Put
Through
your name in the box.
104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, y'all, man? That's our partners, Blaine and Mickey, talking about some chaos. They want chaos. You don't want chaos in your house, man, especially when the storm's rolling through and you have no electricity. All your lights go out. You just sitting there wondering, like, twiddling your thumbs. Somebody get the candles. Somebody get the flashlights. Why are our neighbors' lights on? Because they got Cove Generac. Cove Generators, a Generac home standby generator right there locked and loaded, Babsy. How can they get one? The listeners, too.
Well, now's a really good time to call Cove Generators at 931-559-3311 because if you call them now, you can get a free new 10-year warranty with the purchase of a Generac home standby generator through October 8th. That is a $1,035 value only through October 8th. So call Cove Generators, visit them, covegenerators.com. Never lose power again. Some terms and conditions may apply. Call for details at 931-559-3311.
And stay connected through it all. What's up, man? You made it to the Parley right here, 3HL, every single day at the top of the hour in the 5 o'clock hour, right in the first segment. Whatever it is, Superbook Sports, man, they're going to bring it to you. Make sure you dive in on it, get some good while the getting is good with the Parley. Today, we are going with what? What are we going with? We're going with the Lions and the Green Bay Packers, Thursday night football. I'm taking the Lions. I'm going -2 as well. If I was almost with money line, but I'm like, you know what? The line's been rolling with me, so I'm going Lions -2, and I'm taking the under 45. Thursday night games have been hitting on the under back to back. Might as well go on and dive in on this. You got it. It's right here for you. Lions -2 and take the under 45. You do that, and guess what, people? You know what you can do. Book it.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, broadcasting live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. Live out here, man. Smyrna represent.
Smyrna's in the building.
That's all you have to
There
say?
you go. Yeah, they was just waiting on it. You know,
Kids going?
gets the people going. That's all.
Coming up tomorrow, Slay and I will be broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill at Opryland Music Valley Drive, the OG location.
Yeah, buddy, live and in effect.
They got us off the marina for a week.
Ooh. And like, I love going to Scoreboard. Something about being on that water. But I'm with the change of pace. We got to spread the love.
Spread the love.
Yeah.
That is definitely true. All right, so the piece you saw from Bill Barnwell,
yes,
ranking the NFL quarterbacks most likely to be replaced in
That's
order.
right.
In order. I already told you number one, Babs incorrectly identified the number one quarterback most likely to be replaced.
Yes, she did.
She had a two-player option. She went with Justin Fields. It is Zach Wilson, according to Bill Barnwell.
So who's second?
He writes, where do we begin?
I mean, you don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
You don't even have to read what he wrote.
You know what's weird is, like, Mike Greenberg on Get Up is a huge Jets fan. So, like, if you watch that show, you're going to hear a lot about the Jets.
Yep.
I haven't heard one thing about Todd Downing. How is Todd Downing just escaping everything in this deal?
That's the shadow that's cast.
Here, though.
Yeah.
He not from local
Right,
media,
but
but
he
he
did.
escaped it nationally here.
Number two, quarterback most likely
Right.
to be replaced in the NFL. The Washington Commanders, Sam Howell.
And you know what?
Whoa.
That's a trip, though, because the way he started in the preseason with the weapons, what is it, Johan Davis? Probably ain't his name. It probably ain't his name.
I think that's the guy sitting over there at the bar.
You're like, what? What a win. But Scary Terry, you got
Scary Terry.
He got some weapons, dude. It's like, what is going on with that
Scary Terry is
situation?
a great nickname.
It is.
He writes this: we knew virtually nothing about Howell as he entered the season as Washington starter. Fell to the 5th round in the 2022 draft. Sat for the majority of his rookie season. Started only in Week 18 after Taylor Heineke urged the coaching staff to play Howell instead. That's weird. He looked good in that 26-6 win over the Cowboys, but his 19 pass attempts in that game were his only throws of the season.
Johan Dotson.
Johan
That's
Dotson. Who did I say?
I forget.
Jahan Davies or something?
No, I didn't even
Davis.
know what your
Davis.
first word name was.
I think it was.
I just went with something.
You knew
know?
exactly who you're talking about.
I think it was
now.
Jabari Davis.
Like,
Right.
But guess what, though, real quick, before you go to the number 3. Babsy, didn't you cover Sam Howell coming out of Carolina?
Yeah.
You wasn't high on him?
Uh-uh.
I thought you came back and said
Yeah,
you
she
wasn't
was
high
out.
on him.
She
Yeah,
was out
I
on
thought
him.
that, yeah.
I was out on him. Yeah.
Oh, Babs, it hurts me to say this. Number 3 on the list, Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield.
Poor Baker.
The Bake Show. The Bake Show.
I mean, he writes more than this, but I give you a little snippet as we get to Tannehill. These rankings are about who is most likely to be benched as opposed to which quarterback is playing the worst. Sorry. Mayfield's play through 3 games, frankly, has been a pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who ranked last in total QBR with the Panthers and Rams last season is 17th so far. He has turned the ball over just once in 3 games with an interception coming when he was late to recognize an open Chris Godwin against the Eagles on Monday night. If anything, Mayfield has been let down by disappointing drops for the 2-1 Bucs.
So why are they going to bench him?
That's the question in my mind.
It's a long season.
And this
That's
is a
what
long
we were
story.
just talking about. 17 games.
Yep.
So why isn't Mayfield lower on this list? He was in a closer battle before the season than any of the other quarterbacks we're discussing today. Kyle Trask, a second-round pick in 2021 out of Florida, hasn't proved anything as an NFL quarterback, but the Buccaneers waited until August 22nd before naming Mayfield as their Week 1 starter, suggesting Mayfield entered the season on a short leash.
Wow. Short leash me up.
Next.
Next.
Number 4. NFL quarterback most likely to be replaced. Number 4, Atlanta Falcons, Desmond Ridder.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. What? Now, first of all, what has he done wrong? I'm like Babs. Like, what did he do? I've been watching him. I watched him last year. I thought he should have been inserted into the starting lineup a little bit quicker. But I'm cool with what they did with him. You gave him more weapons. You gave him Bijan Robinson, who is a maniac, healthy Kyle Pitts. You lost Calvin Ridley, but Atlanta got something.
Ritter is averaging 4.6 yards per dropback, which ranks 31st in the NFL behind Zach Wilson and Justin Fields.
Atlanta got something.
Well, never mind.
Nobody.
It's Arthur Smith, man. What are we talking about?
Come on, Art.
Nobody expected the Falcons to morph into the Chiefs, with the hopes that Smith and Ritter would be able to marry the rushing attack with a more expansive passing game has not come through. We've already seen how this could work in Tennessee, where Smith served as the team's offensive coordinator for 2 seasons before taking the Falcons job in 2021. The Titans threw less often than any other team. When they did throw, it was usually Ryan Tannehill hitting chunk plays off play action. With London and tight end Kyle Pitts, 2 recent top 10 picks on the roster, Smith has super talented pass catchers capable of running away from defenders with the ball in their hands. Mariota wasn't a great fit for this offense, but maybe Ritter would be with a full offseason of preparation.
Can I throw this in on there?
Yes.
Another big concern for Ritter is the same issue that impacted Mariota a year ago with sacks. Mariota had a lengthy track record of taking sacks at an astronomical rate and continues to do so in Atlanta. As he went down on 8.5% of his dropbacks, Ritter was sacked on 7.3% of his dropbacks as a rookie. So the hope that he was going to take a step forward is frustrating as the play grows in the starting role.
But he's also way younger than Mariota
Way younger.
and hasn't started and
Yep.
isn't as experienced. So there's still time to change
Cultivate that with them weapons, man.
Right, there's
I think
still
that's going to be.
time.
Ritter-
They got some weapons, dog.
How many times? What was the sack percentage last year?
7.6.
This
7.3.
year, this year he's been sacked on 12% of his dropbacks.
It increased. That ain't him. Like
Unless he's holding the ball.
Unless he needs to get rid of the
Now,
ball.
the quarterback that leads this is Sam Howell, who's been sacked 16% of his dropbacks.
Do you have Tannehill in there?
Tannehill's number 2, 13.5 of his dropbacks. 13.5%.
Wow.
Dang, yeah, but
Listen,
I would say there are some plays where Tannehill needs to get rid of the ball, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
Like every play.
No, but there's a lot of them where
Yeah,
he
he
don't
ain't
even
got a
have time to
chance.
get rid of the ball.
He ain't got a chance.
No, I know. I'm saying, hey, man, maybe they can look at what the Bengals do and get the ball out of his hands in 2.3 seconds.
Yep.
Tim Kelly.
Yeah.
That goes back to him.
Timmy.
All right. Number 5,
calling
NFL quarterback most likely to be replaced. Number 5, Russell Wilson, Denver Broncos.
No excuse for this. He should be 1. No excuse for this. No excuse for this.
Punk's not on the button,
Yeah,
so I'll do it
boy,
for
we
you.
saw. Yeah,
Nathaniel.
I told.
Nathaniel.
We saw it. And then what happened with a Nathaniel was when somebody doubled down on the Nathaniel. It's almost you almost can't get out the depths of hell. Sean Payton did that.
Hold on now. He's way better this year than he was last year.
That's even crazier. You got more of a offensive mind guru with you, and you still on this list.
He has been better this
He's
year.
been better.
Why are they losing?
Well, they gave up 70. 35, I think, the week before that.
Okay, so guess what? I'm going to sign. If I'm the coach, I know who Nathaniel is when I arrive, and everything start going haywire. Guess what I'm going to do? Sign my Nathaniel light on him, and I'm going to run. I'm going to run. It ain't got nothing to do with me, not Sean Payton. Dude right here crazy. Y'all saw it last time. He was with Nathaniel Hackett. He was crazy then. Now he crazy now with me. He making me crazy. Get me out of here.
Would you like to explain to the good people what Nathaniel
A
means
Nathaniel
for the
is-
new listeners?
That stems from nothing. That means you're nothing. So if you want to have a private conversation with someone or a public conversation and somebody is walking up that's nothing, you just be like, hey, dog, here come Nathaniel. This ain't nothing right here. Just be cool.
It's
Like,
funny, too. Like, everywhere I go in Nashville, people are talking about Nathaniel.
Yeah, so now you
It's
start
not
to
just
see
a
more.
sports thing.
No,
Like-
it's anything. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
life thing.
Yeah.
It's Nathaniel's all out here. Like if somebody bring me some cold tater tots out here, whoever cooked them back in the back is a Nathaniel. Get them out of there. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? A raw wing, like it's Nathaniel. If it ain't, no, it's cool. No, we cool on it.
Nathaniel.
Thank you, man.
So Nathaniel's just walking out here like zombies.
You
Like,
feel me?
you don't really know who they are.
Now
until-
what kind of sauce on that? No, I don't do that.
They look
Yeah,
delicious, though.
Yeah, I do sweet sauces. I do sweet spicy sausage. She ain't even want to get on camera. She trying to sneak by.
There may or may not have been a shot of tequila involved in that group over there.
I know. And
My
do you
bad,
know what
Kirby.
my response was? Hey, they're still working.
But no, I'm saying no. I didn't receive that. I'm just saying, like, if that would have happened.
If it were to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
If
yeah.
Ifs and
that
fifths.
You'd be a
Hey, real
Nathaniel.
quick before you move on that list, there
To
were
number
some
6?
people. Yeah, there were some people that had an issue with the 70 points, like saying they ran up the score, and that's very unsportsmanlike in the
Get 'em,
NFL,
Babsy.
and it's kind of against the shield
Get 'em,
to
Babsy.
do that. What do you guys think about that?
I watched a piece about that, and you go talk to the Denver Broncos about not wanting to tackle anybody in the second half of that game. There were some business decisions being made.
Yep.
So
I don't care nothing about that.
ultimately, it's like I'm of the opinion, and maybe it's I think y'all agree. It's my job to stop you. If I don't stop you, score as many damn points you want.
Especially if it's speed that's involved. It'll be different if we lining up bigs across the front. We just gonna run the ball and you not tackling. I got speed. I'm not taking my speed off the field just because you can't tackle or you don't want to play. We finna run it up. I'm sorry. Like, I paid too much money.
Well, we got to work on things.
So,
that too.
So they're complaining about running up the score. Do you know how they ran 71 plays? Miami did.
Wait, that's a point per play.
That's nuts.
They scored 70 points on
That's
71
nuts.
plays.
Okay. Do you know how many times they actually passed in the game off those 71 plays?
That's the question. A-chain.
Only 28 times.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
They
See what I'm
only
saying?
threw 39% of their offensive
Yeah.
plays.
Come on, y'all.
Keep in mind, I
See, like
pulled,
Denver, you can't help
can't judge
yourself. That's
I
your
pulled this.
problem.
Miami had 350 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to go back through all those numbers because I remember writing them down. But like
Some.
Tua was 16 of 16 in the first half. So only 12 passes.
Yeah,
in
he
the second
finished
half.
the
Like, what are we
game
doing?
23 of 26 with 4 touchdowns and 309 yards passing.
Like, what are we doing in that situation?
First team in NFL history with 300 yards rushing and 300 yards passing.
Oh, jeez.
First team in NFL history with 5 rushing touchdowns and 5 passing touchdowns.
That's dumb.
I mean,
That is
See,
just
this
dumb.
is the thing. If you don't like it, stop it.
You
Do
have to.
better. Do better.
You have to.
Man.
This is why everybody's soft in our world
and
nowadays.
I took Dolphins
you
minus
don't like
6.5.
it, stop it.
I took Dolphins
Stop
minus
it.
6.5.
Oh, jeez.
and then I watched one of those gambling shows or whatever on ESPN in the morning, and this one lady was like, "No, dude, Denver needs this. Take plus 6.5. Blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Well,
I mean, we all miss
That was a bad
games.
take.
that wasn't no good show. Yeah.
We all miss games, obviously, but man,
That wasn't a good show.
That was a
a
big
tough
miss. Okay, number 6 on the list.
Number 6, most likely quarterback in the NFL to be replaced, Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee
Oh,
Titans.
Lord.
Number 6. Read it to us, Mayor.
The 1 and 2 Titans don't have much happening on offense. They rank 30th in the league by analytics, ahead of only the Bears and Jets.
Jeez.
Star running back Derrick Henry's averaging 3.2 yards per carry. We talked about that earlier, 1.5 yards per carry off his average for his career. He actually generated 2 rush yards over expectation on his 51 attempts, but only 2 backs with at least 30 carries have worst expected, more analytics figures this season. In other words, the holes simply are not there for Henry to break through. The passing attack isn't faring much better. Tannehill is on pace to set career low in yards per attempt, 6.6, and career highs for sack rate, 13.5%, and interception rate, 3.6%. Some of those numbers should regress to the mean as the season continues, but you get the idea. He isn't producing much at the moment. The vaunted play-action attack that reignited Tannehill's career after he joined the Titans in 2019 still has some meat on the bone. He's averaging 9.9 yards per attempt when he uses play fakes, which is the 5th best mark in the NFL. That's interesting.
Great.
The
More
problem,
of it.
the problem is what happens when offensive coordinator Tim Kelly asks him to simply drop back and throw in passing situations. Tannehill's averaging 2.8 yards per drop back in those situations, which is the worst mark in the NFL. The best versions of the Tennessee offense used to dominate in play action and hold its own in the drop back game. Now it's solid in play action and hopeless without it.
You got something to add to that, Babs? Because I do.
Go ahead.
I just think that when I was watching the game with Bully, we're sitting there and he asked going into the second quarter, he was like, "Why do we keep doing 5 and 7 step drop backs with
That's what I said. Yeah.
Tannehill?" Like
With
We said
that
that-
line.
with that line,
We said that
like
in
it's
the
like
Saints
why?
game. We said that in the Saints
Yeah,
game.
like why are you doing this? So after that, it was also, and this is off the course of Tannehill, but he was talking about Aziz. Like, he pointed out exactly what he stood up and pointed out what Aziz should be doing. What
is Eggy Bop eating? It looks like chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Is that what you eating, Bob?
Sorry, I just totally.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool.
Yeah,
no.
it's chicken fingers. And what's weird is I actually thought these were for you. So he just came up and started eating them. I went, dude, you're eating Brent's food.
So the thing was, though.
I already have my salad, bro.
This is the most fun thing watching the game with the person that played the game.
You have the All-22 going right now.
I do have it going. It's been going the whole show. But Bully stood up and he was like, no, this is what you got to do, dog. Like, if I'm right here, I got Gibbons right here next to me. He said, you know what? I ain't about to do all that. I said, see, I love that passion. You can't let it go.
Still there.
You can't let it go, dog. He was talking about Aziz, though, and we just had Aziz on. He thought it was funny to know that he modeled his game early after a safety, but you get caught looking in the backfield because we, in particular, talking about that play. He was looking in the backfield and got burnt on the touchdown.
I told him that I ran into him the other day, and I told him we need to get you with Aziz because, like, when we had him on the show, it felt like Keith Bullock talking.
It
like
did.
His favorite players growing up were all safeties because he grew up playing safety.
Yep.
Then he plays linebacker, and he's got to overcompensate on some.
And that's what Bullock said. If that's the case, you should be able to guard. Like, I'm just going to – dog, when we get him tomorrow, I'm going to let him go through all that again. I'm going to show it to him and then let him go through it. He was like, dog, if I'm playing this guy – and I know I got him man-to-man, I'm going to use outside technique. And I'm not looking inside. It's man-to-man principles. I'm staying on my guy. If he's dropping in the bucket, that's one thing. But I'm not going to be looking in the backfield. Take the wrong step and in the league, you gone. It's over.
Is there a possibility that he's trying to do too much?
Okay, so you have to ask the same thing for Sean Murphy Bunting.
Right.
Because it happened to him
Exactly.
the Saints game, too.
Yeah.
So those are 2 touchdowons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
those are mistakes you can't. Those are the catastrophic mistakes you cannot.
You're gonna keep trying, and you're gonna look at the film, and they're gonna go back to that Cincinnati.
Offense is such garbage.
Come on now.
Yeah.
All right, he continues talking about Andre Dillard. So I will hit you with that when we come back. Again, Bill Barnwell with the Post and ESPN. Tannehill ranked 6th most likely NFL quarterback to be replaced. I'll go into the left tackle Andre Dillard paragraph next. 3HL podcast and live for Buffalo Wild Wings in Smyrna. More next.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay here with Superbook Sports, man, the home of the parlay, where it lies, and you got to get involved with it. But first and foremost, let's go and download the Superbook Sports app or visit superbook.com to start placing and winning your wager today. And I got a little bonus for you guys at the end of this. First and foremost, though, for your first-time bettors, go use the promo code SLAY. Get up to $250 with your first bet bonus. Win or lose, they're going to match it. Your first bet up to $250 with the promo code SLAY. SLAY. Plenty of stuff to bet on, man. From baseball cranking up, getting ready to fall into October with the playoffs going on. And you still got, yes, football all weekend long. Some days during the week. I got a bonus for you guys for the parlay that missed it. If you missed the parlay, I got one for you guys listening right now. Tonight, college football. Temple at Tulsa. Take Tulsa money line. Jacksonville State at Sam Houston. Jacksonville State money line. MTSU at Western. I know. Don't hold me to this, MTSU people. I'm sorry, but give me Western Kentucky -6.5. That'll get you plus 318. Book that right there. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Book it.
3HL 1045 the zone. Man, we've had a blast out here in Smyrna. Buffalo Wild Wings. We're going to give away some Titans-Bengals tickets here on location. But we're also going to give away Titans-Bengals tickets for those of you listening as well and can call in and try to win. People are always questioning whether or not to walk by in front of us because
they're nervous, man.
They don't want to be on camera.
And we'll put them on there. We'll put the mic in their hand.
Don Davenport has headed to Dallas.
Oh, Babsy's gone.
Look out.
Look out, Dallas. Babsy does Dallas. Texas.
That's
Game.
not a reference you may want to make. Yeah, that's
not
bad reference. Bad reference.
Alrighty.
No, that's not a movie you want to reference.
Would y'all want me to talk about what Bill Barnwell had to say about left tackle Andre Dillard?
Please, I'm begging you to. Let's get another perspective of it.
Sixth most likely quarterback to be replaced in the NFL, according to Bill Barnwell, ESPN, is Ryan Tannehill. All right, we went through some of the reasoning.
Not necessarily because their play is bad.
And some of the analytics. Play action, still okay.
Yep.
Drop back, horrendous, worse in the league. Left tackle Andre Dillard, who received $10 million guaranteed in free agency in March, has looked no better in Tennessee than he did in Philadelphia.
Wow.
Left one-on-one against Myles Garrett in Week 3. Dillard allowed 3 sacks and 2 knockdowns to Tannehill. He already has allowed 5 sacks per Stats LLC. I thought it was 6. And he hasn't shown the functional strength left tackles need to hold up against pass rushers. Wow. I would never rule out Coach Mike Vrabel doing something drastic if he thinks it'll help. Remember, when he initially benched Marcus Mariota for Tannehill in 2019, Vrabel was transparent about his decision and saying that he wanted to spark the offense.
Yeah, who's there to spark it, though?
Vrabel hinted that Mariota could return as the starter later in that season, but Tannehill excelled and kept the job. Should I go to the end?
Please. Is there some positivity at the end?
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Okay. Well, give us
some. Could we see Levis or Willis in December if this continues and the Titans fall out of the playoff hunt? Of course, given that Tannehill is in the final year of his deal and hasn't signed an extension. With Tennessee just 1 game back of the Colts in the AFC South after 3 games, Vrabel is not about to torpedo his team's season by going to developmental option under center. While I wouldn't be surprised if the team made a change at left tackle, Tannehill should feel comfortably ensconced at quarterback for a couple of more months.
Dude, if you feel comfortable enough with throwing Levis or Malik Willis back there, Malik Willis, okay, you must be telling him, dude, I just want you to run for your life. Because if they can't hold up for a veteran like Tannehill, they can read defenses, then with experience in reading defenses, then you put a second-year guy, Malik Willis, back there. Like, no, man. I wouldn't want to put that on. Don't do that to them. Don't ruin their career. If this is the O-line intact, do not ruin them folks' career like that, man. Let Tannehill take that beating. He'll be all right. You know what I mean? He'll be all right.
You said before the season started, ideally, you would like to sit both of those dudes.
Man, imagine what another year of watching this is.
But seriously, he's right, though. If you get into a point where you're out of the playoff hunt, they're going to want to take a look at both of those guys. I would think.
Yes, that is the logical way of thinking. But with this offensive line, nothing speaks logic with them. I'm sorry. The team we playing, if it's a team playing for nothing, all right, cool. But if it's a team playing for a playoff spot that you got to go play, you put one of them in, man, them boys going to be 10 off on them, man. Can you imagine Myles Garrett and Will Levis facing off on Malik Willis? No, man, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to put more onus on to the offensive line. Them have to pick it up. Then the play calling, get the ball out quick. I don't care what we got to do.
I'm just saying, if you're out of the playoff hunt, you're going to think more in big picture terms.
So that means you sitting
everywhere on the roster.
Yeah, you sit Derrick Henry, you sit Tannehill, go Tajay Spears the whole time.
You probably would. Honestly, you probably would go Tajay Spears primarily.
If I'm Tajay, I'm going to be like, man, I would love to play in this game, but I don't want to play behind this line. No. No, sir.
You sounded like Eric Berry there. Not with that horse on that field.
Man, I'm telling you, dog. That's what they saying. Not with that line on that field. Not with that line on that field, dog. No, that's different. Hunk got a winner,
All right,
man.
your chance to win Titans Bengals tickets, 615-737-1045, caller number 5. Also, Joe Hunk has a winner here.
Yes, you can call on the phone lines, or if your name is LaShonda Smith, you just won at Buffalo Wild Wings.
LaShonda Smith.
LaShonda.
Titans Bengals tickets. LaShonda, we'll look for LaShonda. Coming up tomorrow, we'll be at Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Music
Going
Valley
down.
Drive in Opryland, and it's going to be lit there too.
Smyrna showed out. Smyrna, we appreciate y'all. Yep. Yes, sir.
More 3HL tomorrow. What's coming up next?
That'd be the 3HL After Party brought to you by Awaken 180.
Later, y'all. Love you. Good night. God bless.
See you wouldn't want to be.